걷기만 해 날 더디 가게 해 oh yeah 긴 하루만큼 넌 거리는 멀어져 One, two, three 기억 속에 짙어 너의 기호를 지우며 한없이 가득거진 너로 채워졌던 그 길을 정리하고 yeah. 사랑을 숨길 수가 없듯이 이별도 숨길 수가 없잖아 사랑을 시작한 그 순간이 다른 이별도 그런가 봐 이 사랑의 끝에 oh yeah. 이별의 길이 펼쳐져 너는 저 보이지도 않는 yeah. 끝을 계속 난 걸어가 우리가 멀어져가
Hello everybody, this is Jay Takashi here to bring you guys another interview, and I'm joined tonight actually, by the guys, the myth of legend, the man who calls himself Achillies25, Mr. Anton. How you doing, sir?
Real good, thanks for having me.
And guys, like I said, I'm here to bring you an interview with this guy today, and he's a guy that I connected with on the Women's Sphere channel a while ago, like a really good while ago. Maybe I'll say like about 3 months ago, and he had an energy and a vibe that I liked, and also that he had a lot of things that I would like to have great conversations with. So I thought about setting up as a potential person to interview, and also to have him on here to talk about anime too. Because he's a fan of that and he loves that type of work, and also this man is an artist. So I want to let him introduce himself and give out his introduction, and we'll continue.
Hello everyone, Antoine Christopher here from Antoine Christopher Official is my YouTube channel. I just started myself actually. Let's see, I'm a visual artist, hyper realism. And I also did animation, and I love it all. Everything about art. That's what I do full time. I enjoy it very, very much. It's not even considered work for me. And I usually go to schools as well and mentor some kids, teach them how to get into art. And I like to say, as a defense to artists, we have evolved. We are business people today. So it's not like we're penniless and broke and wearing funny caps. No, we're business today. You're gonna pay.
Yeah, we done. Yeah, trust me. My artist friends out there, we have been broke that trend. We've been broke that trend.
Just to let you know.
Not crazy.
There's a lot of us out there. Exactly. There's a lot of us out there. But no, we've evolved as business people. I do have a manager, of course. He takes care of all that stuff for me, but the final say is what I decide to do and what we want to do. So
correct. All right. And I would say guys, like you know how it is, how the format is. I'm gonna ask Anton a set of questions, and then we have the bonus question round after that. And then after we get done answering all the questions, anybody who wants to come up to Anton a question, you're welcome to ask him. I give you 1 or 2 questions is what I'll do. I think that's fair. And also, just come up respectfully. And if you do not, I will have to kick you out. I'll X you out. I'll drop you faster than a freaking apple that falls from a tree. Simple enough for me. But other than that, guys, hope you enjoy the interview, and we're gonna get right into it. So Anton, I know I have my questions here. I'm gonna say this right now because I'm gonna change it up. What made you want to get into art, sir?
I was born to do it. I was born with the ability, and when I was younger, I didn't have YouTube and all that sort of stuff. I had to go to a class, learn figure drawing, learn anatomy. So you have to do it really, really be in the class. We had live models. I mean, they still have live models and stuff like that today. But today you can go online and get classes from Glenn Villeneuve, Boris Vallejo, all those other visual artists, Steve Houston. And I've learned from Steve Houston and Boris Vallejo, Kevin Chen, Charlie Wen. He's now he's big time in Marvel. He's actually the art director in Marvel. So
he's making a lot of money. I can tell you that.
Yeah, and he's very talented. I always call him master. It's true, I do. So yeah, so my background is fully in art. I graduated actually in marketing because my dad, at that time said, you ain't gonna make money in art. Graduate, at least be safe about it. So I did graduate in marketing, but I always did art. And the only reason I chose marketing as my career is because I wanted to be able to market my work as an artist. So I said, if there's something I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make sure it complements what I really wanna and born to do in life. So my parents recognized that I loved art from an early age because everything I used to rip out the front pages of, those books. Back in the day when books existed, you had the first page that was just blank. That was me ripping it out and drawing on it. Right?
Yeah.
That was a lot of library books. So yeah, I came up like that. That's my background. My background is art. So I got into Disney animation and all that sort of stuff.
And for me to follow up, because like I said, Anton can also ask me questions too, or when we get into art. But also, I'm gonna answer in kind gesture. How I got into art was through anime, but also it was a matter of DC too.
Okay.
I think I was a huge fan of the Batman series, the Batman Beyond series, and the Spider-Man series. Like there was a lot of stuff that made me draw when I was young, and it got to the point to when I was really good, to the point where a teacher in kindergarten, a kindergarten teacher that was my previous teacher. At least when I got to like grade 6, she allowed me to teach a group of kids how to draw.
There you go.
To do that for them.
I'm not
gonna lie, guys. I'm not capping on that. I'm actually surprised I got allowed to do that, to be honest.
Oh, wow.
And now, Mr. Anton, what you asked me? Why anime?
Why anime? Like, I mean, there's other forms of art, from Disney cutesy stuff to Warner Brothers to Fred Flintstones and stuff like. Why did you choose anime? Is that what made you go into anime?
Well, I think the reason why I chose it because it was so different from American. And as much as I love the American stuff like Hanna-Barbera, like you said, Flintstones, Jetsons, all that, trust me, they're funnier. Please believe they're funny. They made me laugh like nobody's business, man. I almost had a heart attack from that. But I think the reason why I chose anime just because Goku looked different from Superman, and I thought it looked a little more appealing. The cartoons were still appealing, and I think they've held their own throughout the times. But when I went to anime, I'm just like, there's some allure here. Like, what is pulling me to this? And it came, like I said, came from Dragon Ball Z. Then it was Digimon. Then it was Pokemon.
Wow.
And then after that, and then that's what made me start drawing things. Oh, and Yu-Gi-Oh too, because I actually drew a Yu-Gi-Oh card from looking at it one time, and I just drew it, and everybody saw me do it. And when I was what grade was I? I was in 10th grade when I did it. I literally did it, and they saw me do it in the cafeteria. I would just bring my art with my one of my brothers. He's my best friend and my brother to this day.
Wow.
We would bring our paper, like literally blank papers, in the freaking cafeteria to get done eating, and we would just start drawing, so everybody could see us. And
wow.
and that's really what kicked it off, really. And that's kind of like where I would say my art journey from there to college began.
Is that what you want to do full time? Is art?
Actually, I think now more. I think it's just more now of like a relaxer, like something to do out of love and not for like a profession now.
Okay, so you don't want to be professional.
No. I think I'm gonna say this right now. Like it could change. Like I said, I know everything's constantly changes, but I think if I had the mind I did when I was much younger, like I guess like the ideas that would randomly pop in my brain when I was younger, I could just draw whatever. Like I would be more inclined to do it full time. Like,
okay.
Make a profession out of it.
Right.
Like now I kind of do it on the side, and I do get paid every once in a blue moon for it. Or if I do like free commission and stuff like that. Like if I do because I like doing soul portraits.
All
I
right.
think those are wonderful to do.
Self portraits pay, people. Just let
they
you know.
do pay, guys.
I'm putting it out right now. Putting it out there.
No. Put it out, please, because everybody needs to know that it pays, guys.
Art pays. I'll tell everybody
right.
this. Art
and the painters make more than me, guys, because guys, I can't paint. And some of them most likely get paid better than me. And I wish I'll be honest. If I can switch my hand drawing for painting, give me the painting.
You know what? I'll tell you this: as a professional artist, it's just a matter of learning the tool, right? Because you could draw in pencil. Once you learn the tools, the brush, you learn how to combine, mix, match. It's just a transition stage like anybody else, right? You can practice criminal law, and the same thing, you can practice civil law. The transition's going to be there, but once you learn it, you can appreciate it. You know, like I do all mediums, because when I was coming up as an artist, you know, I didn't want somebody to ask me, hey, do you do acrylic paint? And I didn't know what it was. Or, hey, do you do oil painting? I didn't know what it was. Or do you do airbrushing? I didn't know. Paint, so I wanted to be a well-rounded artist. So whatever client came to me, I was able to dish out the work. I'm not a fan of oil because, I mean, you have to have a ventilated place and the toxicity is high.
Yes.
And it lasts forever. So, but I will do it if the price is right, right? I mean, you know, I'm not going to refuse art. I remember, it's not that I don't love painting in oil. It's just that it's you have to make sure you're in the right environment. You know, it's not like something you can paint in your bedroom and you won't smell it in your living room.
Yeah, so it's getting near impossible.
Yeah,
that's what I tell people.
That's
because it fumes.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So people have to be careful of that. And there's different variations of art that people need to know about. Yeah. And you know, art has been around since the Roman days, even back before then. And I think one of my inspirations was Michelangelo. Like all his statues that he did, those things are like I'll to this day I'm sorry, I'm gonna be real. Even with Mount Rushmore, I will never ever conceive and think how the hell a bunch of dynamite could just make faces of presidents, of people out of stone. Like that must have took hours, that must have took days.
You know what? That's years to create, but people don't understand. There's not only one artist that did it all the way around. There's one artist that
there had to be multiple.
But I'll tell you this: the artists that blew their hands up at times because they, you know, what they used to do is cut the dynamite to the amount of pressure they needed to explode the rock. So it was designing the dynamite first, saying, okay, I'm gonna blow a hole for the eye socket that big. I'm gonna go like this, and it's all experimental back then because it's not like you had a calculator or you could do the math, right? But they used to look, oh, I need one this, you know. So gunpowder, I mean, it blew their faces up, hands up. So it's a collaborated event with a bunch of artists that people don't know about, but that's how it was. Yeah,
no,
very, very important.
So, yeah. And like I said, like stuff like that takes days, years, and a long time to make. And you know, like I said, I think we frequently underestimate the I would say the power of an artist's mind, of an individual, nonetheless. Because let's just be real, to be able to even craft something out of stone is, I would say, I'll be honest, in this time of age, I would say it's easier now, but I would say it's still hard. Because you gotta be able to have the sculpture in mind of what you want to do, and also how you're going to do it out. Because I'll be real, that is some serious focus to do that.
People need to understand. You remember, when you're doing sculptures, you're thinking in 3D. That means you're thinking around. You're not just thinking, you know,
around.
You're not just picture. You know, when I draw, I think of a thing, this, that, design. When you're doing it in sculpture, it's a 3D event. You got to think about the back, the front, the side, the up, the down. Whoa.
Right.
That's very, very, I mean, yeah, definitely a gift.
And it's something that should never be taken for granted, I would say. Like, you know, I've always said art is a beautiful thing. Look what we've done. We've created
but we always bring them up.
Yeah, we've created anime, we've created Disney art from that, which technically is, I would say, it was the origin of actual animation. I would say that. Okay. But I think there's more that goes further back.
Disney was the pioneers. Yes. You're not getting any older than the 9 old men. They were the pioneers. Don't ever get it twisted. There's nothing before then. Disney was the pioneer of animation to make it move, walk, and talk. Come up with the volume, come up with how the lips would move on numbers. 24 drawings a second. Let me tell you. Woo! Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, I just love what art has done for this, you know, for this day and age, personally for me. Because I've always liked the idea of basking in art and scenery. Because to me, art is scenery, it is prefecture, it's literally anything all around you. Because it's never just limited to your mind. Nope. You have, and I tell my friend, you have multiple sources, unlimited resources to draw upon ideas. And I know some artists like have some struggle of what they want to do, but I think more often than not, what they love the most is when something it's not like force yourself to think it, But when you don't think, and then it comes to you, it's kind of like no different than being a novel writer.
Mhm.
Like you have to be like it's not a 9 to 5. Like it sometimes your ideas come to you if you plan for them. I say if you plan for them. Let me correct that. If you have an inkling of what you think you want to do, because with when I did it, it was something I didn't have much around me, and I was limited to just anime. So what I did was I went away from the anime. Then I went to go look around statues, areas that had like birds and crows. Now there was one film that got me thinking about birds, and it was a Miyazaki film where the artist chick literally looks at a crow, and she observes it and she sketches it, the whole detail of the crow, and that got me to want to do that. And so I thought about that. I went out, I saw a couple of pigeons, started sketching, started doing the same thing. And just just sitting down in the grass with the freaking big sketchbook and just sketching. And I kept doing it until I got it right. And then I'm like, it felt good after like the 7th try. I'm like, I'm getting it now. Like it's good. Like it feels good to do that.
People need to understand.
Freehanded.
And exactly, Jay, people need to understand art is everywhere. From the shoes you like, what makes you buy those running shoes, to the baseball caps, to the clothes. That's all art. Somebody designed that, right? Exactly. Somebody designed that, and people don't understand. We're the only profession that brings joy, happiness, makes you forget, makes you go someplace you can never be. We're the ones that bring culture to you when we create, and we're the ones that take what's in your mind and make it visual, right? You can have it in your mind all you want, but if you don't have somebody to express it, somebody that you can give it to and say, here, sketch me this until it's right, it's still stuck up there, right? And art does that. And we're very complicated people in a sense that people think I'm at home or my studio drawing, sipping coffee. They have no idea what channeling is going on in here.
Yeah.
They have no idea what it's like not to have the right color when you need the right color. Right? Because you have to match. They just think it's a matter of Folgers, coffee, espresso, sitting down, wearing a funny cap, doing the Bob Ross thing. No offense to Bob Ross. Loved him. He's my man. Utmost respect for what he does. That wet painting technique, flawless. Man's pioneering that. So, but people have no idea. They think artists are at home. It's like you're a surgeon. You're a surgeon with a knife. I'm a surgeon with a pencil or a paintbrush. It's that level, right? But one thing I like to say about art that people need to understand, to appreciate the finer things in life is to appreciate art, because that's where art dwells. You may not understand why it's worth $15 million or $40 million, but the guy that's buying it knows what it took to create that one line, that certain opaque white, no, I'm not saying all art looks like the price it's worth. Don't get me going there. But to appreciate art is to appreciate the finer things in life, because that's where art dwells. So when you make fun of it, you're down here. Even if you make fun of it, I can't bring myself down here to laugh with you, because you have no idea what it's like to create up here, right? You may see that guy may buy a $1,000 shirt, and you go, $1,000 for a shirt? You have no idea what went into that stitching. And to know that you're one of 10 people that have it, you don't understand. That guy understands that he walks around and everybody says, where'd you get that shirt? He's like, we can't. The other 9 are taken already, right?
Exactly.
That's you don't understand why somebody would pay $1.5 million for a Bugatti. That's because he's the only one with it.
So, and guys, he's not lying. Like what it takes to make stuff like this.
You have no idea. You have no idea. You think, oh no, we just throw those colors together and voila. No, you have to get lighting. You have to get the colors that you like to see. I know a bird flies. When we see visually, when a bird flies, I look at the construction of the bird. You just see something go. I'm thinking, no, I see the feathers, how it flies, where to capture it, and like, wow.
Right. Its posture, its composure, its mouth open, like you're trying to pay details.
Exactly.
Details important, guys. So like that's something that never underestimated the mind of an artist. In my mind.
Artists break down everything. Even you women out there, when you're walking, we know if it's fake, real. If it should be there, because every construction is different. A leg is a leg. You know when it's been altered, right? You just could see things. We're visual. We break down everything, right? So people need to understand that it's a lot more complicated than you think about just copy and, you know.
I know what you meant, but you know, it's like I said, it's more different than you just sculpting the image in your mind. Like it's already there. Like so, guys, like so we kind of already know. Cause like I said, I'm a former. Technically, I'm not saying former artist, but like I know all the freaking techniques that go into make something. When it comes to measurements, and I hate measurements, but nobody hate it, but I still do it. So guys, it really shows you what it takes to get into like at least your artist bag. And I tell people like when I have music on, I got to get rid of all that infrared noise so I can focus. Because you know I just want to just be in my zone. Like when I'm in the zone, I'm in the zone. I'll sketch, I'll draw stuff, guys. When I'm not, then it's kind of like just slobbering mess. So you know I'm gonna admit to that. I admit that wholeheartedly. Yeah, it looks like a slobbering mess, and I just be like kicking it. I'm just like, yeah, that's trash, man. Let's go on to the next one. On to the next one.
Yeah,
we'll be okay. So you know, like I said, you do it until you get it right, and
exactly.
That's one of the things about art is so beautiful. Like you can do something 100 times, 1,000 times, but all you need is that one thing that look good. Your hard work, all that panting, like was worth it at the end. Like it trust me, it pays off for artists when they do stuff like that.
Yeah, we don't because honestly, I would draw for free if I could sustain my lifestyle. I love it that much. I would draw for free. And another thing people don't understand. Let me give you a little insight on the Mona Lisa that people think, oh, it's a great painting. It's okay. Like I don't see what's so great about it. Let me tell you something. He did it back then with no electricity, no light but a candle, right? I want daylight. I just flick a switch, and it's still not the same as the sunlight. This guy had to wait till the sun came up at the exact same time every day to make sure it shined at the exact same time on his canvas to make sure the colors match. When I want another blue, I go out and buy blue, and if that blue runs out, I go out and buy the same tube. This guy's like this, mixing it, matching it.
Yes,
okay? People need to understand. He didn't just sit down and paint it. He waited for the sun every day at the same time, and he had it in sections. This would be the daylight section, this would be the nightlight section, and this would be the candlelight section. So he did it in that fashion. He didn't just voila in one day. So people need to understand there's a lot you don't know that you call a simple drawing that you're like, think about it. The guy that painted the 16th chapel, how did he get it up there perfectly balanced on marble to last this long? No, that's a whole other story, but I won't get into that. I have my theories though.
No, I got you. Some good theories about that. I actually want to hear them because I'm kind of like more intrigued by the artists of the past life because they're probably were looked at as insane because the ideas that they had. But hey, listen, Da Vinci was probably a psychopath to these cats, but he was a genius. They just couldn't comprehend it because they were, they had little, they had the brain of a worm at the time, so they weren't thinking about that. So, sir, you technically have answered 2 of the questions already, and I've also added on top of that. And I'm gonna ask you the 3rd one.
This is a great conversation, by the way.
Oh, definitely. By the way, I'm enjoying our conversation. By the way, guys, this is a really great convo, and me and him are breaking down the fundamentals of what art is, or like how artists naturally have to be sometimes. Because sometimes, I'll be honest, you can just be random as all heck, and you can get an idea.
Right.
Like I actually know people like that, and I'm just like, you said, nah, I didn't. It just came to me, and I just started doing it. Like I literally went out. I literally pulled over my car, got out my sketchbook, and I just started sketching. In a little mini note, or if I have my big sketchbook in the back, I just started.
With me all the time. I have one somewhere. There's always something around. If an idea comes to me, I'm dotting it down. It's in my closet right here. I got that right there in case I need it, guys. I got my little portfolio. So yes, it's guys. Always say, always have a sketchbook on your hand if you're an artist, please, because you never know when. Because you might lose them ideas. And you'll get mad. I can't count on many hands I've gotten upset where I forgot something and it literally drove me to hell all day until I remembered the next day. I'm like, oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
And then I'm like, I kicked up and down my room and to try to get the answer, man. because I know because I have this problem, guys. If something is so overwhelming that I can't ignore it, then I start thinking, and I just can't turn it off until like I find out what it was. And I'm like, oh, that's what the freaking was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I did all that fountain, and then I'd be like, I did all that for nothing.
Yeah, I woke up in the middle of the night, you know, just to sketch something out. Sometimes, and people don't understand, like, you think, oh, my day. Sometimes I wake up and I go, I got to mix that color now because I know I'm going to forget what it looks like or what it's supposed to look like. So I get up and you scramble and you say, okay, yeah, that's what, you know, sometimes it hits you when you're struggling during the day to get something down on paper, and then you'll go to bed, calm, relax, fall asleep, and then boom, you'll realize I can draw that now. I'm ready. You know, you get in a relaxed state and you're able to execute it. So yeah,
I got you. So, Mr. Anton, I'm gonna ask this question for you. Do you love the job you're doing? But I think it's pretty obvious that
it's not a job.
I want to hear.
It's not a job for me. It really isn't. Art is not a job.
There we go.
I'm not even going to call it that. It's not a job. You know, it's just about mostly just organizing how long it'll take me to do something. That's the job part. Oh, yeah, I got that deadline over here. You know, because everybody thinks art. No, everything's due yesterday in art, from graphics design, you know, to photography. I won't go with the photography art thing right now. Don't make me get mad at that.
I know. Don't get me started in college. That was one of the hardest things to take was the photography thing, you know, resizing the image, the pixelations, the dimensions, the length, the width. Like, please, I struggled up a mountain with that one too. That was another one in class.
Yeah.
Our teacher made everybody do the whole thing over again. Like, no. All y'all got it wrong. Okay, so here's a chance. Try to follow it out of the book. I'm like, listen, this book is not telling us what we already don't know. So, and unless you wrote it down, then the pixelation should be fine. And it's just like just about resizing the image to the image that's in the book. And I'm just like, no. Are you telling us? And are you telling us to go off your increments, or are you telling us to go off the increments? No, the actual increments / measurements that are written in the book. The one in the book, ignore what I just said. Okay, so I'll just ignore what you just said and just do what the book tells me to do.
Yeah,
because
construction and art, like you can learn a lot from books and stuff like that, right? But
you can.
I hope this is what you mean. I'm going to say this. So you can learn the tools, right? There's a basic tool to learn. One with linseed oil to mix oil. You know, there's acrylic, you need water. Today they make acrylics that dry a little slower. There's certain rules you don't break, right? But in order to break the rules, you got to know the rules, right? Because then you know how far to push it. But when you are in the zone and you're doing something and you're creating something, it's very important that you learn what you're doing first. I like abstract is great, love abstract, but I'll do abstract with my left hand because the right hand tries to control too much and it wants to be fine-tuned. So I have to do it more with my left, make sure it's looser. I step back, I can look at it, and I have to stop that part of my brain to say, oh, it looks messy, but it doesn't. It's abstract. It's supposed to look that right. Because abstract is off feeling, hyperrealism is off vision. So there's two separate things that I got to do in my brain, right? So people need to understand that it's a process. It really is a process. And if you can learn something from a book, great. You can learn how to figure draw, the cylinders, combining a circle with a square. You can learn how to blend. And today you guys got YouTube, so you can learn everything off that, right? But then there's execution. What style? You have to find your niche, right? Your niche. What makes you separate you from the next artist? Because I guarantee you there's an artist doing it, right? But you got to understand, you have to make the audience say, why am I going to buy this Antoine instead of that guy's, right? It's all about, you may look at my artwork and go, whoa, and then look at that guy's crappy artwork and go, but that client felt what he did more than what I did. He just gravitated towards that. Maybe the stroke reminded him of his mother or something way back in his head. So art is not about competition. Art's about style and what you are looking to express. It's about expression. So when you think that Andy Warhol looks like a bunch of paint shot on a canvas, yeah, it is a bunch of paint shot on a canvas. But the guy looking at it could see something you will never see because he has a vision or a memory or something that triggered in the back of his mind, and it has a picture there that you're not seeing. So you can't really call it garbage, you know? You just can't relate to it. Just remember that, you know?
Right. And
That's my
guys, always keep that in mind.
my assessment.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like I said, keep that in mind. To anybody who's an artist out there, guys, every tool, I would say learn the basic tool to the most absolute extent as far as you can. Go beyond with it.
Yep.
Because I had to do the same thing whenever I was doing the calligraphy off of illustration and other programs, especially in art design. Trust me, different from when you draw it on a paper as opposed to when it's on this freaking Mac platform that I got right here.
Absolutely.
Vastly different. Please believe it was a whole different transition for me. Now I know how to do some things as a result of taking those courses, just off memory.
Yeah.
And I got programs similar to the actual programs that helped me, like, you know, get away with certain things I couldn't get away with before.
Yeah.
So, like I said,
everybody thinks, and in your world, everybody thinks anime all looks the same. No, they don't. You just can't see the difference. You can't see the difference. Oh no, there's a difference. I can see the difference because I go, wow, look at those eyes compared to those eyes. They're both big, but drawn differently. You may see the movement in that animation, and I see the movement in that animation. You may think that looks no, I seen how it moved differently, right? It is different. You just don't know why you like that particular one. But ask any artist, they'll say, no, you can tell which artist drew what. So I appreciate anime. I appreciate it all, from Disney to Nine Old Men to I'm in. Count me in.
Yeah, exactly. Because like I said, they all have their techniques and also the different uniqueness within them. For example, I'll tell my friend, I can tell the difference between Birdman and SWAT Cats.
Yeah.
What about SWAT Cats? The coloring,
the
paneling, the art style of it is just more radical, more, honestly, I'm gonna be real, it's more like, I would say more synthwave type stuff of how it looks sometimes. It looks because of the colors that I'm noticing.
Yep.
And the thing is, it takes like the old school rock colors, and they're in there too. It just they put like some synthwave color in there, and I can see it because that color palette is so different from what Birdman looks like. Yeah, and you could and those colors are strong. They got in.
Oh yeah, you can, and you really can tell some of those artists today, they still don't like to use the computer to color their work. They're like, no,
they don't.
I'm gonna do it all in. I'm gonna color it myself, and the computer can do what it wants later, and they'll scan it in and do their own thing. But you have artists today, they go, no, I'm gonna color it. Nope. I'm gonna color it my way, the way I want to see it.
Exactly. I'm gonna forget his name, but Butchman, the guy that made Danny Phantom, he still does it all by hand. Yeah, man, he's amazing. He does it all by freaking hand. He doesn't like going to computer. He's like, screw this, dude. This is just what I like doing. And I'm a person that likes doing it on paper personally, because that's where I started, and I kind of don't want to change that. So no. I mean, I don't want to change it.
I used to draw I used to draw on this paper called eggshell paper. It was called eggshell paper, and they stopped making it because it was expensive to make. But let me tell you, I think I have one of them up on my Instagram. It's a Vogue model that I drew on eggshell paper. I forget her name. But anyway. And I thought that paper was heaven sent. It was so great to work on. And one day I went back to the art store, and the guy goes, nah, they don't make it anymore. It just became too expensive to produce. And I was so disappointed. Oh my God!
I'll look that up. Actually, I'm like, what was it made of?
Yeah, it's like it has. I think they called it eggshell paper because it had this kind of like a ridge, kind of like a feel like an eggshell to it, and it used to absorb the chalk of the pencil. It just was beautiful to work with. Oh my God!
Yeah, I would see. The thing is, I was so weird. Well, at least when I was in high school, I would take I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was paper made for printing like posters, and I just drew on it. Like I went over it. I just said screw it, because people were like, "Yo, Jay," I'm like, "Nah, I don't want a pen. No, I don't want a pen. Just give me a pencil." Like, and this is when lead pencils were a thing, and I just started using what my friend used, and we would use things to like sharpen the lead, so I could like you had to like kind of like scratch it against the paper to like kind of be like a blacksmith to like shave off some of that, and just start going in on it, and I'm like, yeah. He says, like, you need a pen? No, man, I'm good. Just let me go. I said, leave me alone. I really was rude. Fuck, I'm sorry, man. When you drawing, like, I was rude as hell.
You were really getting into your zone, man.
I'm doing something. And I was just sketching, and I'm just like, yo. And then before the bell rung, I'm like, yo, here you go.
There
And
you
it's like,
go.
what the yeah, and they were like, yo, you drew that? I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm right here. Yeah.
Jeez,
Because he was on the other because he was on the other side of the cafeteria. Like, you actually drew it? I'm like, yeah, here you go, man. Man, pay me up front. I'm like, thank you.
There you
I
go.
said, you gotta take my money. I dare y'all to touch me.
There you go.
And but yeah, man, like it's because I would just do random stuff like that because I wanted to learn how to like draw on harder surfaces if I could be possible.
Right. Yes.
And,
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of that.
And it was more of a sketch. It was more of a sketch, but you can see everything. The difference is I didn't color it in or anything like that. Because I'm like, I think for that particular type of postering, you would have to probably have some hard ink coloring on that. I think hard ink would be like one of those ink, like kind of like a gel pen almost, but like just a little bit different to actually color in it in thoroughly for that type of surface that they had.
Right.
Well, like I said, it was more poster based.
That behind me, they said I couldn't draw a crescent board. Crescent board is for pastels. I think they have pastel paper. Pastel paper is great. Don't get me wrong. I don't use it because I love crescent board. First of all, it's more rigid. It's it's a better surface for me. But they said you couldn't draw on crescent board. It was made for ink and Indian ink and all that. I'm like, I did that pastel, and it was by accident. I had a sports series to do, and oh man, I was like, look at that blue, and I just ran with it after that. Ran with it. Love it.
Mm-hmm. And I love it when you're stacking different techniques on different techniques, and you know what works with what. You're never gonna trust me. You feel good as hell about that, and you're never gonna change it because that's the point of experimentation. Whether that's just art. That's just anything in general. It's anything. Like anything could be experimented upon, and then if it works, trust me, you'll keep repeating it and try different. I would say you would mix different colors with other colors, and you'll see what you can get, or what turns out to be beautiful might not be beautiful, and you're trying to draw a grotesque type figure, then that'll work. So, like I said, even if it doesn't turn out well, you can also use that to your benefit as well. I would say this: every color has a purpose. It just depends on how well you're willing to use it. Now, we don't need to get into the people who make all those cakes and stuff to decorate the cakes. That's still art.
Yeah.
But that's still coloring palette. Like I said, everything is art in front of you. Even my freaking mic right here.
Everything is art.
Yeah, literally.
Everything is art.
Your phone, my hat, and
Everything.
literally, and this. So yes, it's all art. Please understand that. And it takes time and preparation.
All art. We love it.
Exactly. And it's literally what makes the world go around in the sense of what makes money.
Your house is designed by art. Everything you see is
artists.
Artists.
The blueprints, everything.
Exactly.
The structural integrity of your house, art.
It's art. And it brings such joy to people. We make you forget. When you're having a depressed day, we have color to brighten you up in some way, shape, or form. This much, but it does happen. It does make you stop crying once in a while. Even if it's for a split second, you still stop crying.
Yeah, it is. And trust me, it's a good feeling. I tell people all the time, like, I love immersing myself with art every once in a while, and it just is a good thing. Yeah. Similar to basking in the scenery outside. It's just something that you got to get used to. And also, I think it just exposes your mind outside of it, just outside of the internet more often than not when you do that. Because I'll be honest, if I was an internet phobe, I couldn't be able to do any of half the art that I got commissioned to do or paid to do for some people. When
you look out that window, if you were to see a brick wall, you'd be like, God, I got no view. That's because you want to see creativity. You don't want to see a brick wall, right? So that's art, because you want your brain wants to respond to movement, creativity, flow, right? You don't want to see a brick wall. If you didn't appreciate art, you look out the window and say, I don't really care about the view. No, I actually think people want a window office.
They actually do. Because, I mean, either way, but I would say they're not crazy. Either way, I think the ones who just want nothing but their walls sealed, that's kind of crazy to me. But like I said, ever since I knew what artists have to do in order to get their creativity, that's not so crazy anymore.
Why do you think they decorate their cubicle? What do you think? They want some variety. They want some creativity around them. They don't just have a cubicle,
they have to.
Square,
Yeah, other than I'll be honest, other than a blank wall, because that's why I said, like, I need art here, guys. On my freaking room, like, I need something on here, guys. If it was just plain boring, I would be bored out of my mind. Like, I need some sense of creativity. I need some sense of lines around me. And I know that sounds weird, but all in all, it's just to filter out that chaos.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of need, because like I said, because I feel like if there's too much, if I say the W word, it sounds like that sounds like I'm trying to make a racist joke, guys, but don't worry about that. But all in all, if I have too much peach around me, then I can't, that's all I'll see. Like I need, I need other colors around me personally. So, I think the job of every artist is also to know color. The color can set an atmosphere for you. Blue, when it's outside, it's blue. It should be more like chill, more cool. If it's, I would say this. If it's more, I'll say this. If it's more red, then I guess you're more intense.
Yeah.
If it's more orange, then I would say you're jumping more often than not. Like, or you're more chill. It can make because sunsetting type coloring palette is meant for relaxation more often than not because it represents tranquility. So, like I said, it plays a factor in anything. It just, like I said, it just depends. And are you willing to actually pay attention to the actual colors that are around you and actually utilize them as weapons? Because like I said, I took a color class in college. Like I said, please understand, I don't talk like a regular person about color. Hint, hue, tint, contrast. I can go over the whole alphabet of the words they made us do. Bastardization, all those words.
There's a reason why the basketball court is the color that it is. There's a reason why you wear. There's a reason why you wear black to a funeral. There's a reason why you wear white, right?
Representation.
In a marriage, when you're getting married and the groom is gonna have his colors. There's a reason, When was the last time you saw a black suit at a wedding? I mean, it happens, but it's not the norm. Usually, you see all these funky colors, and like, wow, okay, because it's a day of celebration.
Right. Yeah, and I would say that, and I say like they have meaning to them. Colors have meaning to them. And shout out to my man Marcus. And by the way, Anton, this is actually my right hand guy. He's always here helping me on my streams. He's a really cool dude, and
nice.
Trust me, he cares about like art and things like that too. So
cool.
He's actually planning on trying to get one of these in the background that I have. So I tell him, man, metal disc plates are nice. But I would say I'm gonna get into our last 3 questions, and then we'll get the bonus one because I think we've been on a roll so far. I've been liking our conversation overall. And guys, if you are liking this interview, this convo that me and him are having, be sure to like and subscribe, and also, like I said, be sure to tune in for more. So I would say, so for the next question for here is, if you had any piece of advice to men out there walking their path, what would it be?
If I say that again?
Oh, sorry. I said it really, really quick. My apology, guys. I said, if you had any piece of advice to men out there walking their path, what would it be?
Walking their path?
Yes, sir.
Find your niche. Find your passion. If you find your passion, it won't be work. And you'll always want to excel in it. You'll always want to wake up and do it. Right? You'll always want to become better at it. You also always want to hone in on it and make it better. Make it your own. Find your niche. Take the time to think about what you want. When you say, "Oh, I don't know what I'm good at," that's because you're not thinking about it. Find your niche. And when you find your niche, it's not going to make sure it's not, and you know it's your niche because it doesn't feel like work, and you're anxious to wake up and do it day or night. It just comes to you. And when you're doing something else because you can't do that full time, you're still thinking about it. That's your niche. That's your little feng shui thing going on, and that's what you hone in on too to become. Right? I found my niche early. Some people are still looking for it. That's why people switch careers, because they finally figured out what they're meant to do. I could study as hard as I want. I'll never be a doctor. Why? Because I'll never be passionate about it. Right? I'll never be passionate about it. I could probably study it, and I'll probably be. There's a difference between a surgeon, top-notch surgeon, and the ones that are passionate about it because they perfect things. Right? You're not gonna. A surgeon will tell you, "Let me bring in the best surgeon in the house," even though he's a surgeon, because he knows that surgeon is like on point. Right? A surgeon operating on a 2-month-old ain't the same surgeon operating on an adult. So find out what it is that you're passionate about. Find your niche. When you find that, it becomes so much better. Okay.
How you doing, Shy Cutie? Got
That's
you.
what I tell everybody. Everybody, it's not, and this whole thing, I want to tell everybody that, your spouse can't have a career. No, your spouse can have a career all she wants. You should be encouraging her career, right? But it's just about finding the balance in the home to make it work, right?
Yeah.
Because I would not want a woman to come into my life and tell me, well, she can't do it, but she can't tell me work less, or you're staying out too late drawing, or you're in your studio too long, or you're ain't gonna happen, right? Because I have my environment, I have my zone. I don't know when I'm gonna stop drawing. I stop drawing when the hand tells me, okay, you're done, because you don't want to mess it up anymore. Just be cool. But if a woman has a career, I like career women because they have something to do. So then you bring it into the home, and it's a discussion about both worlds, and you find a common ground to make it work, to do the next evolve in life, right? The next level of life between the two of you. So that's what I'm trying to say. Don't cut anybody off because they're not traditional. I don't believe in that whole traditional. That was back in the day. Those days are done. Barefoot and pregnant and only you cook. I love cooking, right? I'm very strict on my diet because I like to train. So you can't cook for me because I'm not going to eat what you eat, right? And if you're coming into my world, which I say my world because it's a certain lifestyle, that's what I'm basing it on. Because I can't come into yours if you're fat and doing your thing. I mean, two different worlds. We're always going to be arguing about something that shouldn't be. So it's about coming together and finding that common ground, right? I need a career woman in my life because a career woman would understand me, right? But in the home, we bring it together and make it work. Right. We find a common ground. If we're gonna have a child, we both know it's all about the child. So we both have to adjust our lives professionally, right? Professionally, we have to adjust our lives because it's about the child. But I don't believe that a person should, you know what? You stay home. I'll be the breadwinner. I'm making good money. No. You had a life before you met me. That's all I'm saying. And art is like that. When I get into my zone, I don't want to talk to you. You ain't gonna hear the I love yous. I'm in the zone. You should be saying, he's creating. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't even knocking on the door. If he wants coffee, he'll text me. But I know I'm not saying, because I know if I mess him up while he's trying to mix that color, or he's trying to design or come up with something graphically, and I mess him up, it's gonna reflect back on me negatively. So that's what I'm saying. That's how I see it. But that whole yeah,
I feel you on that, Anton. I agree with you.
Yeah,
lagging. Oh no, I heard an echo.
Jay, there's certain things in people's lives, right? Like, yes, I make good money at what I do, right? And that's great. I want to provide for a good family, right? But I wouldn't want, because I'm so creative, opposites attract. So I don't expect her to come into my life and understand everything about art. Because if she's a surgeon, doctor, lawyer, whatever, I will never understand it. But I can appreciate the conversation she has about, simplifying her case to me. Right? And she can understand me trying to explain why I'm having a hard time designing something. So then we start bouncing things off each other. But it's not, I don't believe in the alpha male and all this simp talk, and I got no time. No, it's not. Life's not about that. There's no such thing.
Yeah, and she said, Shy Cutie30 said it best. She said, especially if it's beneficial for the household. When you were talking about why you need a career woman, and of like why she has her own thing, you have your own thing, and you both are in your own niches, and you're also. But the thing is, you both know if a kid comes into play, then it's all about the kid, which you are correct in that. I cannot disagree with that at all. I agree. I agree 100%. It is about that kid. So when we decide,
the man becomes a provider when she says, honey, I'd like to stay home, put my career on hold to raise a child. That's when you step up as a man and you handle your business, right? That's when you become the provider. And you say, okay, let's square it out financially. Let's figure it out. You want to stay home. Let's make it work, right? So that's when a man becomes a provider. But at my age, I'm not stepping into a woman that's got her career and go, you got yours, I got mine. I'm going to be provider. You're going to be, let's get high. No, that's a discussion. That is a discussion. I will never bother you when you're studying something that pertains to your work, and you will never bother me when I'm creating something that helps me to do that. That's it. And then, but you know what? I can guarantee you on our days off, it's about us.
And she just said yes, Anton.
And our
She
day
said
off,
yes.
on my day off, you listen. I'll be honest. I'm very bad with the phone and saying, texting, "Oh, honey, I love you." You know, I love you when I come home at night. Trust me, I'll show you I love you. But
Right.
I'm just saying, right? But you gotta understand, I'm working. You are not on my. You will never come into my life first professionally. I like the car I drive. I like the house I live in. Love can't pay for this, right? So you will never come first professionally. But I'll tell you one thing, in my personal private life, you come first, because that's two separate things, right? And when I'm creating and I'm doing my art and I'm loving what I'm doing, you should be right there pushing me to do it even more, because if I benefit from it, you benefit from it. And if you're doing your career, I'm going to push you to study. I'm going to push you to win that case, because when you win that case and you get that paycheck, we're going to celebrate. But like I said, the time man becomes a provider is when a woman tells you, "I'd like to stay home and provide and be a full-time parent. I want to be home more." Okay, then that's when you have to step up and be the provider, right? Rather you make less or more, doesn't matter. You have to be the provider. You have to step up to the plate. That's all. You get that out of the way, you're gonna make it.
All right, I'm gonna get to my Ian Summers. Thank you for that, Anton. Appreciate it. If you are trying to find your niche within an organization or a company, I think more businesses need to take a page from Patrick, Bet, David, and allow their employees to be entrepreneurs.
Okay, well, I have something to say about that.
Go ahead, brother.
This is how I would answer that. Now, I'm going to answer it the way I think I understand the question. If I'm in a company and I'm working my way up in that company, okay? Now, I'm speaking from my professional when I used to draw in animation for a company. And I want to be an animator because I was an in-betweener. And in-betweener, just to make it quick, you have this drawing, that drawing, you make it move in between, right? The animator is the one that creates this drawing and that drawing, which is a bigger position, more recognition. So I want to be an animator. So I had to draw my way up to become an animator. But it's not my company, all right? It's not my company. However the company wants to pay me to do what I need to do, I have to abide by that company. Now, the entrepreneur part of me was, I took my animation skills outside of the company and I'd create small animations for people that wanted it. That's the entrepreneurial part of me, right? But when I'm in that company, it's all about them. It has nothing to do with me. I'm moving up either way because they're going to recognize my skill. Just like if you want to be recognized for your skill, then the company you're in, conform to their rules. It's their company. You don't like the rules? Believe me. Pack your bags, leave. But when you're in the company and they're paying you to do a job, abide by their rules. Because if they want you to cut your hair, if they want you to cut your hair, cut your hair. Oh well, stay in the mailroom. No, you don't get bothered in the mailroom. You can have it as long as you want, right? But if you want to move up the corporate ladder, there's a reason why a lawyer dresses in a suit. There's a reason for it. There's a reason why a basketball player at the 1% level walks into the game wearing a suit, because he's going into business. So there's reasons for things. But the entrepreneurial part, that's the part you take home. And when that starts paying your bills, then it's time to make a decision. That's how I did it. Yeah. As an artist, that's what I did. I got out of animation because I got discovered as an artist, but that was me, right? And then I found out that I loved being that part of the artist instead of the animation artist. It was great, loved it, but this is what I love to do. That's how, I hope that answered the question.
Yeah, Ian. Like I said, just be sure to take what he says. Not with a grain of salt. Take what he says and let it marinate, because a lot of good information and advice come from people like this, because they've been in and out of it. So that's why I'd be willing to listen to what he says here.
Find your niche, man.
That makes a lot of sense what he said.
When you find your niche, it's not work. The only work that it is you. The only work it is you becoming better at what you love doing. And then when you're doing it and you're getting paid for it, the money doesn't even matter to you, because you just want to be better than the next guy. You know, and in the creative field, it's one of the most toughest fields. But it's not tough. It's just you standing out from the next artist. You know, there's thousands of lawyers out there.
Mm-hmm.
There's only a few, you know, Shapiros. There's only a few.
Shapiro's.
There's only a few of those because they found
And
they
Shapiro.
are the elite. They've proven themselves. They all make money, but if you want to be a Shapiro, you know, you're gonna hone in on your skills. And believe me, you think, oh, these guys work 16 hours. Again, it's not work for them. They love it. You know, you ask why, you know, people say, and this is a good thing because I asked a millionaire, well, it was more than a millionaire, multi-millionaire. He doesn't need to work. Doesn't even need, he was like, he ain't no Elon Musk, but let's just say he can afford whatever he wants. So I asked him, I said, you know, because he's one of my men, I said, why do you, like, you have everything you want. Why do you still work? And all he said to me was, Antoine, it's not work. It's about the kill. It's about the next level. It's not about work anymore. I don't care about money.
Mentality.
I don't even know what gas is. I don't even know what a bill is. But it's about the kill. I love the kill. I love going to the office to know it's about the next thing I'm achieving. I was like, oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not about the money. I don't need no more money. I'm good. My family's good. So, you know, and again, I want to get to the point where I draw one drawing a year.
One drawing a year. Impressive. She says, I agree with Anton that if you want to climb, you have to be willing to play the game. She agrees with you.
You got to play.
I agree.
Listen, if you don't want to play the game, don't be in the company. Believe me, if you quit thinking you're making a statement in a corporate company, you are making nothing. They got applications like this of your position of people waiting to get in. So you're not even a dent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not even a dent. I'm sorry to tell you, and it's not an insult, but you're not. You're insignificant to that multi-million-dollar company. You were great at your job, but everything you've achieved in that company is staying with that company. The next great guy is coming in, reading all your notes, changing what he needs to change, making it his own, and he's on the next ladder for himself. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to play the game, it's okay to stay in the mailroom, be the way you want to be, but outside the mailroom, you're staying in the lunchroom. You're not sitting in the corporate office. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Let me see. Guys, don't worry me. It's the last question. I think I'm going to ask him some bonus ones after that. And then I'm going to open up the panel around that time. Now, because you're an artist, I like I said, I had to rewrite this question because I know you have some views on marriage and things like that, but I want to switch it up. Okay, let me say this. Would you say you're married to your art? Like, you know, it has become like you and your art are one? I would say your profession when I say that, like, you know, your love for your art, like you become one with it and it's like inseparable from you.
Okay, I'll say this. Okay, I'll break it down like this. Art for me is not work. It's what I do professionally, but it's not work, right?
Okay.
It defines who I am. It represents who I am. You know, material possessions only represent who you are, but it shouldn't define you as a person, right? Because it's something material. It could be gone, and next thing you know, you're homeless, right? You're that. For me, art, it defines who I am. I think creatively. I express myself creatively. As you can see, I always use my hands because I'm always touching something. I break down things with my eyes. I judge everything, not in a bad way, not in a condescending way. It's just the way my brain works, right? So I can look at a woman in a dress and I'm going to tell you if that dress looks good on you. I'm not going to lie to you if it doesn't compliment you, because if you're leaving the house with me and it doesn't look good, I'm just going to give you my opinion, my advice. So don't argue with me about color, right? I'm going to tell you this color looks good or this color looks bad. So it separates the two. Now, personally, it's about you. It's about what goes on in my personal life outside of art. Okay? That's how I see it. Did that answer the question?
No. You answered it. Yeah.
Okay, so if a woman comes into my life, I'm already established in who I am as a man. So she's coming into my world, I'm going into hers. So when we come together, it's about finding the common ground. I'm not going to take anything less away from her career. She's not going to take anything from my career. I'm going to boost her career. She's going to boost my career. But if we realistically are living together, then we have to find a coexistence to make it work. And if you think for 1 second it's going to be 51-50 or what, it's not going to happen, right? I am the man. I will never wear a skirt and you will never wear the pants. We just have different roles, but we coexist together because there's things that you are just going to do better than me. There's things that a woman does better than you. Get over it. And there's things that I do better than a woman as a man. That's just the way it's designed that way. She's not less
Right.
when I go into my world, and I'm not less when I go into her world. I mean, that's just the way it is. And I think if you have that understanding, you can build together and be a, people call it a power couple, whatever. I don't want to label anything, but I hate labeling things as power couple. What is a power couple? Really?
Yo, Anton, you and me agree on that. I'm tired of these labels.
Like power couple and all. I'm like, no, you're just a couple. You make money and you make good money. Okay, you're not no power couple. There's always somebody hotter, sweeter, sexier, and bigger. So get over it. So that's how I see it. It's just two separate things. It's not the same thing.
I think that's me. Hold on. Give me a quick second, guys. I will be right back. I think I'm echoing a little bit. Hold on.
No problem.
I'm gonna drop off and come back on real quick.
Drop me? Am I on?
No, I'm not dropping you.
I'm
dropping me.
I was gonna say, okay.
No, you're fine. I keep hearing it come from me. Yellow? Hold on, let me check you real quick. Hello? Hello? Okay. You should be fine now.
Okay.
I don't hear anything, so I think we're fine. Excellent point you made there. I agree with you. And guys, sorry for the technical difficulties. I got hit new headphones.
You know what? In my defense, I want to say something though. There's things as a man, because I may come across as excuse my language, a hard ass, but there's things that I'm like, I don't have a gray area, because a gray area for me means delay, denial, and excuses. It's either you like me or you don't, right? If you have to think about it, we're not going to get along, and it's okay for you not to like me, because I don't want to be liked by everybody, because that means I'm going every direction, right? I need to go into the direction. I need to go in a direction that I'm wanted, right? So if we're friends and you don't like me, okay, how can I benefit you and how can you benefit me? Doesn't mean we're going to break bread over a dinner table, but we can complement each other in the professional work that we do, right? So I think that's another thing people need to understand, and on how they do things, right? Because it's about communication. I would never pick a significant other based on things that I don't like. I will never say she's hot and all, but I think I can overlook this. No, I know I'm not going to overlook it because I know me. So you know what I mean? So I put things in certain categories. So when I say I'm a hard ass, meaning I don't divert too easily. It's got to be a really good reason. But I know that about me, right? And I am gonna relate that to you. I'm not just gonna shove it on you. I'm gonna relate that to you. I'm gonna have that communication. I'm gonna have that discussion. I'm gonna tell you, listen, this is how I do things, right? That's all I'm saying. And I think people need to do that. Listen, modern day time, and I relate everything to art, by the way, right? From color to discussion, because I relate everything to art because it's what I do and it's what I love. Like I said, it defines me as a person. But I think this whole thing about modern day women and no, it's called evolution. We've evolved. We've evolved, people. All right? Gone are the 1930s. We've evolved as people. So it's not about being modern. No, it's about current times. You know what I mean? I'm the kind of guy that says this. I'm sorry slavery happened. I'm also sorry the Holocaust happened. I'm also sorry the Alamo happened. I'm also sorry for a lot of things. But build a bridge and get over it. Build a bridge and get over it. Because you're talking about your thoughts of the past should not dictate how you move forward. Period. That's it. And if it does, pick a good group of people around you because you're as good as the company you keep.
Thank you, Anton.
You are as good as the company you keep. I pick good friends around me. I have my wolf pack, and I have good people around me. People that like me, people that get me. My phone only rings if your name. I only pick up my phone if there's a name attached to the number, and people know that. People know that if my phone rings and I don't pick up, oh, he's probably drawing. Knowing him, he'll call me back when he's ready. They don't give me hell. They don't tell where you've been. I haven't seen you in 8. No. And every year, I scroll through my phone and I delete who did not tell me happy birthday. Because if I was important to you, you would have said something. With all the forms of communication today, you know when my birthday is, right? So I just delete, and then I start all over again. I keep it simple. Life is not complicated. It's just we as humans who tend to make it so.
Okay. Anton, thank you for answering the question, and thank you for that dialogue. I appreciate you giving your thoughts and your opinions on what you believe, the times of this era, but also what your personal beliefs are on that. Because what I really don't like is the echo chamber. I need different people around me personally, which is why I have my brothers and my female sisters with me. Because they're my friends, and we talked about that last time when we first met. Yeah, when I said I'm like, that's my sister. She'll bet you like my mama. It don't matter. Because guess what? She would get rid of you if you crooked.
Right? I have a girl that bets all the girls I date. I go, you know me better than them. What do you think? And we'll take them out for dinner, and she'll say, I don't know if that one's gonna fit in your lifestyle. Who better to vet a woman than another woman?
Yeah. Now,
I'm like, what?
I mean. Now I know, of course, like there's some that actually do look out for your benefit and some that don't. But the ones that you pick are the ones that that have your best interests at heart. Exactly. People always got to remember that. Now, guys, we technically have answered.
I want to say this on that subject. People that tell you can't have women as friends, I'm going to tell you they're wrong. Why? Because I'm capable of thinking without my dick. So yes, I can have girlfriends. And I have a lot. But I'll tell you one thing: all my girlfriends will know my main girlfriend, will know my wife, and she will know all of them. So when she sees the phone ring and it's their name on it, she don't have to question nothing, right? Okay. Because I'm able to think. She knows my man's able to think without his dick, and those girls were there way before me. So he ain't gonna leave them over me anytime soon. That's all.
Right, exactly. And I got somebody up here on a panel that I'm gonna introduce. First of all, she's a huge anime fan, similar to Bree. She's a sister, and she is intelligent, and the sister is married. So
bring on the animation. Anything with animation, I'm in. Count me in. Let me go see.
And guys, we officially have completed an interview. We're gonna have the bonus questions for Anton in a second, but I'm gonna let Shy Cutie up because, like I said, I know her.
Animation guide, how to draw animals. This is the book. This was taught me. This is my mentor right here. Anything for animation, how to draw humans.
How you doing, Shy Cutie?
How you doing, Jay? Nice to see you. Hi, Antoine. How are you?
Good, you?
Good.
Love the fact that you're into animation.
Yes, look, let me tell you, my animation.
Her and her husband both love it. That's the crazy part. I love that.
You know what's funny? My husband introduced me to the world of animation because I grew up in a predominantly kind of like poor Black neighborhood. And so there was a lot I just didn't know, And so I started going to the comic book stores with him, getting comic books, and I was looking at like the art, because I'm an art. I like the art. And
Okay.
Wow, these colors are beautiful. I've never seen anything like this, Just like straight, like just mesmerized at this world he brought me into. And so then after we started dating and things, I was like, going to comic book? We're going to the And my husband's a really good artist. Like one of the things that I noticed first about him was how good he drew. Like I would sit and just watch him we used to have like a class together every year, and I would just watch his art and be like, man.
There you go. See, there's some appreciation right there.
Huh?
I said there's some appreciation right there.
I appreciate because I know what goes into just drawing somebody's eyes. You know, drawing an Asian person versus an Indian person versus a Caucasian person versus older versus younger. There's so many small little changes that you have to make to create those looks.
Yes.
And you pull that off so well, like it's much appreciated. So I appreciate you. Because
Exactly.
it's really cool.
Does your husband draw full time? Is he a full time artist?
He's not. He doesn't do full time. He kind of is like he's a tech guy. Then he does graphic design stuff for people.
Okay.
He also draws things on his personal time. But he has a lot of like art in his portfolio that I've kept like since he was like 19. He didn't even know.
Does he want to draw full time? Would that be his thing?
He used to want to, but not anymore. He appreciates just doing it for fun on the side, kind of just for his own appreciation. I used to do art when I was like between like 9 and 12. And then I had to grow up a little faster than I wanted to, so I kind of just lost time on my art.
Right.
But I do. We both do appreciate art. And
Nice.
Trying to get myself back into it. I got 3 kids. Life is busy, you know. But I really appreciate the art, and I appreciate anime. I appreciate the stories behind the anime more now after.
And you know what? Shout out to every anime artist out there. I know you guys don't make money. I'm sorry. I get it. The industry takes advantage of you, even in Japan. But I am sorry about that. But I encourage every anime artist to get together with another group of anime artists and start your own damn company.
Yes, please. I'm just saying, because there's a lot that goes into it, you know.
Anime is not 24 drawings a second like Disney would do it, shot 2 frames at a time.
Yeah.
But what anime does, you see, what I like about anime more than Disney is, and I know people are my Disney buddies are gonna kill me for this, but I like the flow. I like the flow and the aggressiveness of how anime moves.
Okay.
Right? Disney does all that flow and la la z, and it's cute and it's great. But then you got an anime and it's like, that's adult. That's like, yeah, if you're gonna punch somebody, you're gonna look like that.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I definitely, I always wish I would have done anime, but
You know what? Everything works out, you know, for a reason. I feel like I think maybe you're in the best spot. You could kind of still enjoy your art. You know, maybe if you did anime, you wouldn't enjoy it as much because of how it is with, you know, being underpaid. That would be shut.
Well, think about it. That's why 2D animation, meaning hand-drawn animation, left the United States, right? Because it's cheaper to produce it overseas. Because they don't pay them nothing. Right? So Disney's last movie I worked on with Disney was Home on the Range.
Okay.
So if anybody's watching, I think it was Home on the Range. Correct me if I'm wrong, come up and tell me I'm wrong. But Home on the Range with Roseanne Barr. And after that, Disney just shut down their 2D animation, moved everything overseas. And
really?
Then they went into then there was a competition, A Bug's Life and Ants. That's when 3D animation kicked off, right? And Bug's Life.
Oh, okay.
And Bug's Life.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Right? And then they had whatchamacallit, DreamWorks,
DreamWorks.
Right? And then they had the Disney, and then they started to compete in films with A Bug's Life. Then Toy Story came out, you know, and it was that whole rivalry, right? But now, 3D animation is everywhere. Everybody's even doing it from home. So that's why I was telling Jay, I said, as an artist, as a professional artist, you need to find your niche that separates you from that guy, right? Rather, even if I draw anime, I'm gonna make my anime, but something that you're gonna want to collect over, that
right. Something that like your anime twist,
Yeah, because you have to. Because anybody can draw. Let's say anybody can draw Marvel, right? Anybody can draw Marvel. Marvel is no big deal.
Right.
It's that one guy that draws the muscle the way you like it.
Exactly. You don't know what it is, but you like it.
Yeah. So I say find your niche. Yeah. Find your niche and you'll be an artist.
And you'll be an artist. I agree.
I don't say this. One of my I'm gonna cut you off, Shy, but also one of my inspirations is Studio Trigger, because like their animations are literally like sketches,
Right.
But they're sketches that are brought to life like cartoon like, except they just adult read it like a render. They render it a little bit, and then whenever you see it move, it just looks so good, like so well done, like facial expressions, shading. Like one of the reasons, and that's how people. We might as well get anime talk anyway. It don't matter. I tell my friend one of the reasons why I love Kill la Kill so much. That
Kill is dope.
The animation, the character designs, how they look around, like they look like walking, moving sketches, and it doesn't look like trash. Right. That's the crazy part. Normally, anytime we schedule do a rough draft, it's not supposed to look good like that. It's supposed to look like I have 50-50. It either look good or it look mediocre.
Okay, I got something for you to go. Since you guys are talking anime, right? Look at the anime. Now anime is done computer-wise, right? You're drawing on a Wacom like I have and all that sort of stuff, right? So I want you guys to do a little experiment, and you'll see it. Maybe I can't remember the year, but there's an anime called Guyver. Okay,
Guyver, I know what Guyver is.
Guyver, if I'm not mistaken, was the last hand drawn on paper, because now they do it on computer, right?
Okay.
Look at the quality between the Guyver and not even the Guyver and also Vampire V or something like that. Vampire.
I know you're talking about Vampire Hunter D. Yeah.
Or look at the difference between Afro Samurai, right? Look at the difference between hand drawn Afro on paper compared to computer animation. You're just gonna be like, you know what? They should have never stopped doing paper. That's right in your alley there, Takashi. Oh, is it?
I got you, man.
Jay or Takashi?
Oh no, you can call me either, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, Jay Takashi.
That's right in your area there. You're gonna appreciate the Guyver. Like you're gonna look at it and go, "Oh my god, I could totally see the difference."
Right.
Yeah. Because I'm actually gonna look it up because I've actually been I'm actually a Guyver fan because I used to watch the old series and then I read a little bit of the manga and I saw the artworks and it's so
hand drawn on paper.
It's so different. And maybe that's what hooked me in. Because as an artist, I tend to notice like, wait, no, I think that was hand drawn. It had to have been because of how the detail, of like the suit looks.
All the mistakes, nothing lined up perfectly, but it looks
line and stuff. Yeah, when they erase it,
like, like if you look at some of the stuff, I'm telling you, like if you look at they don't do 2D anymore. But if you look at Glenn Keane's, like if you look at the old Tarzan, the last Glenn Keane I think did Tarzan. Look at the way Tarzan moved through the branches, not the CGI part when he's sliding through the bushes and all that shit. Look at the drawn animation of Kerchak, the gorilla, hand drawn. You're gonna be like, all
hand drawn, Now that I actually did know. I won't lie to you. I did know that was hand drawn because I had to go because something about Tarzan stuck out to me about how he looked at how he was drawn, and I'm like, no, guys, we hand drawn that whole
hand
thing.
Drawn. Hand drawn.
The apes too. They were all hand drawn.
And the thing that Glenn Keane was known for, who was my mentor, is that he drew the muscle when he designed Tarzan. He actually made it functional. So when his fingers were bending and the triceps were, I mean, it looked elongated, yes, but it was still a muscle behind, and you can see that muscle move when he's on the branches.
Like the animation.
What was that?
Go ahead, Shakiri.
What did you say?
Oh, she froze.
Oh,
yeah, she'll be. Can you hear us, Shy?
Oh, I think we lost her.
No, she'll be right back.
Okay.
But I think she said she always liked that animation. There she is. Go ahead, Shy. Speak.
What did you say? What did you say before you broke up?
I have like
she froze.
My internet has been on the struggle, but tell you.
I know what she meant.
My internet.
No, it's cool.
Today, okay.
Okay. No, it's cool.
It keeps getting light and dark because I have a daughter who likes to mess with you and turn my lights on and off. So.
Okay. No, it's cool. But if I remember correctly, she said she likes that type of detailing sketching when it comes to arms and pecs and things like that. Whenever they do that in terms of animation, and Tarzan does that very well. For the apes and just Tarzan and the animals.
Huh?
Do you have any of your husband's work right there to pop up?
I would have to dig it.
I was just putting it on the spot. It's all good.
And,
No, so we just did some spring cleaning. I kind of organized.
No problem. I was just, I shot my shot.
Oh,
like some of the art that he might have done. Yeah.
Yeah, just like because when people talk about art, you want to see what they've done, and you're like, oh, let me see that, right? Because I love seeing other people's work.
Let's see if I can find it real quick.
I love seeing other people's work. Like I can appreciate it, So I totally get that's why I'm saying, like, if you're like Takashi, you're so creative, you love this stuff, right? So you got to think.
Right.
Let's just say, in a reality sense, you brought a woman that wasn't into that, right? She's coming into a world that. How are you going to grow as a couple if she can't even appreciate what's in your room right now, right? Let's just say she'll come in and she'll go, well, you refuse to grow up. Look at what's on your wall. And you'll be like, what? What are you talking about? Like, right? It would be a mismatch. As fine as she would be, you'd still say it won't work, right?
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say. So it would be definitely something to think about. That's why I say, find your niche. And when I say your niche in your entire life, what fits into your world?
All right, I got you.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get to the. Yeah, we're gonna knock out the bonus questions.
Okay.
And then
Sorry about that.
Trust me, we can have no. Trust me, then we're gonna have more talk.
Okay.
Good. So like trust me, these are relatively easy.
Okay.
Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, so first bonus question is: if you had to pick one thing from Japanese culture that you liked, what would it be?
Samurai swords. That's without. I've seen every documentary on how a samurai sword is made.
I have to.
Muskumi Takahashi. I'm there. Done.
Takahashi.
Yep.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. Oh, there was a great documentary. There's a great documentary. You got to watch the documentary that Mark Dacakis did with Mitsumoto Mushata. Wait. Never pronounced that.
Musashi Miyamoto.
Yeah. He did a doc, and he showed you the actual replica of what he used to kill this samurai guy. It was just mind blowing. I said to myself, on my bucket list is to go up there and hopefully get blessed to be able to stand and just watch them hammer away at a sword.
Right. All right, Shaku, to show us the art. Go ahead.
Oh, let's see.
This is actually from like 5 years ago. Okay.
It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Only positive vibes over here. Huh? Oh wow.
Ooh, okay. He's got some really good art. Okay.
Figure drawing. I like that. We like the figure drawing.
Yeah.
He did a black and white thing.
I like that. A nice silhouette. We got that going on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's got that anime kind of Disney feel to it, though.
Yeah, it does.
He does like. This was actually his version of Lady Gaga, like recreating her thing.
Wow. Hey, I'm liking it.
I'm liking that.
Yeah, he's got some.
See, like anytime I see art, man, now that I might actually do something more. I wake up in the morning to be honest.
Right?
Like I'm like, okay, let me go draw right now.
It
I'd
does.
be like, bye guys, I gotta leave.
Yeah, and he did this, but he photoshopped, like colored it, Photoshop, but printed it out in black and white.
I like that.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, nice. Tell your husband he's got some skills. Hey,
he's got skills.
I'll let him know.
Are you getting into NFTs? Because that's in our area right there. Oh, these can all be NFTs.
Okay.
Oh, a little mermaid looking thing. I like
mermaid.
That.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting from there. All right.
And this is a little black and white.
Nice.
Oh, that's a good one. I
Yeah,
like that one. I can see the different shadings of charcoal and ink on that. Like, that's really good.
Yeah, he really is an artist. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him. Tell him, tell him I said pursue it.
Yeah, please.
Those ones usually make the best artists. Those artists usually make the best ones. The ones that don't really do it, but do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, little woman there. Okay. That looked like a little samurai girl right there.
Yeah, he was doing like a samurai with some like armor.
Yeah, I see that. Okay.
So that's
I hope he's not gonna get mad. You showed us his work.
No, he used to have an art page where he put his stuff up there. So
Wow.
Right.
So wait, did you say he does it? He's a graphic artist now, or what?
He does graphic design work.
Okay, but he's into
Like-
IT.
Yeah.
He does IT.
Yeah, what you're
Okay.
supposed to. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
So yeah, he does that, but he also does art on, and then he also knows how to design. Like, you know, he's really good and familiar with like Adobe Photoshop,
Oh, I love my Adobe.
3D Studio Max.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he knows how to like take the clay and like form a whole like person.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yeah, so he's good. He got some skills.
I like that.
Yeah, thanks.
Very nice. Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate that. Actually,
Thank you.
No problem.
you know, I really appreciate.
Especially your husband, man.
You see people doing things you're doing, it kind of gives you that extra boost a little bit, like inspiration just to kind of keep going, you know.
Right.
So I think it's
You
cool.
keep going.
Huh?
I think he should still keep doing it. If he has skills like that, I think you should develop them.
Yeah, he does it like, it's not like he too because he has like a job, you know. It's also a volunteer football coach, but he does it like in his spare time. He'll sit down and he'll spend, you know, sometimes like weeks on a project, and he'll create something, and then he'll like go back into his regular work, you know.
Nice.
Okay. Real nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like how I do sometimes. If I don't,
Yeah.
if I'm not busy the whole day, then I'll spend time. I work on a little bit of something because I haven't like sketched in like maybe like a week or two. I'm like, all right, you gotta do something. So I'll get out my sketchbook. I'll literally lay on this floor over here.
Yeah.
And I emptied all that space.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
just start sketching on the floor. I
Yeah.
can't sit down and do it no more. I got to be on the floor
You gotta
when I
be.
do my work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just comes to you wherever you are. It's really
Yeah.
fun that way. You know.
Yeah.
Or from outside in the grass, I'll just sketch and just sit down somewhere.
Yeah.
Nice.
You look out. Didn't Michael Jackson said he created Billie Jean from up in a tree?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He did.
It hits you. It hits you. I mean, you can't really restrain it. You know. You can't
Yeah.
box it. You can't put it in a box.
You can't. You kind of just have to go with the flow.
Yeah.
I used to have this little bay window in my apartment. You can actually go sit in it and close the curtain. That's where my best work was done. That's where I was Pocahontas.
I worked on that.
I can believe that. Yeah.
I take pride in that one.
Can anybody here drawing a hummingbird?
No, I did the movement of the raccoon inside the tent.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just a little bit of that. Not much, but it was. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, I got you.
Gotcha.
I'm like, yo, man, like I said, I like drum me that hummingbird, and I think I'll be good.
What?
Hey, man, I'm gonna lie, it took me so long to be able to draw animals.
Really?
That was a challenge.
I told you, man. You gotta get this book. Breaks it down really simple. Don't forget. Get this book. See, look, it says the art of animal drawing, construction, action, analysis, and caricature. Right there. That's what you need. Shows you movement, how the horse moves. You want this is I think every Disney animator and in-betweener had this book.
Yeah.
This is the one you want. Guaranteed. That's what you want. If you want to know animal drawing, that's the best one I could tell you to get.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to touch on something Twan said earlier about supporting if you choose to get down and you.
I can't understand.
Oh, you're going in and out again, Shy.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, struggle.
No, it's okay. I just didn't want you to think we heard you.
No. Right, then y'all be like, okay. And
No, I'm not gonna say okay. I'm gonna be like, I can't hear you, miss.
Right.
I'm trying to hear you.
Then later be like, hey, y'all remember when we talked about that? No.
Get exposed on camera. It's live anyway. I'm
like we had a whole conversation. No, we didn't. No, I'm just saying that, like, I think I love your view on how to keep business separate from the personal. You know, when it comes to like, if you decide to bring your woman in, she got to be understanding of the hours and the grind and what you have to put into it. But you also want her to understand hustle and kind of be like-minded, you know, because it's hard to be with someone who's not like-minded with you. You know, you're not balanced, you know.
Exactly.
So I think that's really cool, you know. That
because Shisha, did I say your name right? Shishi?
yeah.
I'm sorry, I said Shisha. My bad.
No, you're good.
It's very, because I keep telling everybody, I don't subscribe to this modern day woman, and it's called women have evolved. They vote. They're just as important. They have, some of them have better jobs, right?
Yeah.
Kamala Harris, she's married.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just about finding the common ground to make it work in whatever you love to do. Because I would never take away what you love to do as a woman, and because I know that you can never take away what I like to do as a man. Right. And too many people
that I agree with.
Too many people put these titles on. Oh, she should be this, and you got to do this, and she's got to conform to you. She ain't got to conform to nothing. We got to conform to each other. It's two separate lives. But what people do wrong, and this is what people do wrong. They shop for the wrong person to bring into their lives because they got something more of what they like instead of what's important to make it work for them. You know,
that's true. That's true. And not
I
be
said that
realistic.
too.
Be
but
realistic.
that's what, exactly. But listen, if I'm a visual artist, if I was to bring a woman into my life of how I would like her to look, believe me, I would draw how I want her to look, right?
Right.
You
might
that.
not find her.
Many men of artists have said that, and we used to, I said the same thing.
Right?
Just drawn to existence.
But let's be real. Looks and fade comes to us all. Gravity comes to us all. What you're left with is what's inside, which lasts a lot longer. And if people, if people were to just bend on certain things that they're not realistic about, it's about being realistic. I'm 5'6", right? And I'm 5'6". I ain't getting any taller. But hear me out. I knew at an early age, looks and height goes out the window when you're standing on your wallet. So I made sure my wallet was thick. Because then I have the choices I want to make. Right? And I tell that to every man. You want a dime? I get it. You want that dime. But don't expect the dime to like somebody that's making a penny. It doesn't work that way. But let me tell you this. You know, women say, oh, I want a guy that makes $100,000 and more because I need him to take care of me. Right? And I always ask them, because I hang around these men. I always ask them when they say that, have you seen the type of women that walk out of their cars? Do you think you're that? Have you seen the type of women that walk out of their cars? Do you think you're that? Yeah. Because I assure you, the men that make that kind of money, they know what they want. But I can guarantee you, their wives don't look like that. They're realistic about what's going to stay at home and benefit them. Yeah, and the thing about it is, you got to be willing to bring what you need to bring to the table. I'm a big believer in. I'm very traditional, very biblical when it comes to my marriage. Personally, I believe that I have my role and my husband has his role. I believe that if I fully submerge myself in my role and I take, accountability in my role, that it also benefits him and helps pushes him forward and helps him to be in his role the way he needs to be in it. I'm not trying to be here and be the man in the head of the house. I don't want that because I don't know how to. Shishi, you're a smart woman, because you know what? When it benefits him, it benefits you. Everybody. Mm-hmm. We all win if he wins. We all win. So why not? Exactly. Why not stand behind him and say, yeah, babe, go on, start that business. Do your thing. Go ahead and do this, because that's what people don't understand. A woman doesn't have to give up her career. Exactly. A woman doesn't have to give up her career. She doesn't have to. What she has to do is she has to compromise, because she has to realize you have your career. And I have mine, she has hers. Okay, we have to come together and say, listen, seriously, we're both working 60 hours a week. When do we come together as a couple? Because we got to compromise. We got to compromise, right? And if you get only so many hours in the day, let's be realistic. You ain't working 16 hours 24/7. You ain't doing it. So when you can make that sacrifice to come together. You may not want to, but you can. And that's where that whole modern day shit, I'll give up, stay home, you take care of the kids, I'm not providing for no woman like that, because I know that I am a career man and I need a career woman to understand what the career man is doing. Just like
Right.
I don't need to know you work 16 hours a day.
I
I
see what
know
you
you
mean.
work 16 hours a day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I
Now,
know.
now
Go ahead.
I do agree that I think that just because a career I don't think you need to have a career woman for her to understand. I think you just need a supportive woman.
Okay,
Someone who's gonna,
let me stop you right there, because people always say that to me. No, and I'll tell you why.
Mhm.
That is very rare in a woman to understand when I draw 18 hours. It is very rare when I can't eat what you eat. It is very, very rare. I know you mean well, and it's true. But I tell you, to understand a career man, you have to understand you are not in his life professionally. You're in his life personally. Okay? Because professionally, he knows he's providing for you and that household. And very few women want to mix
Right.
that. You can't. You cannot. I'm coming home to you and you're coming home to me. Right? For a woman to understand, if she, I'm saying this, not
Right.
you, I'm just saying it's very hard for a woman that's not a professional to understand a man working 16 hours a day of something he loves to do. It's very hard. Because I know you want time.
it's hard, but it's not impossible.
No, I never said impossible. Nothing's
Yes.
impossible. But I know
But
bringing
it's
her
hard.
into
Yes.
it's hard. It really is hard.
It's an adjustment.
It's an
It's
adjustment.
an adjustment. Anytime that you merge in, if you come into someone else's world, it's always going to be an adjustment, which requires both parties to be able to make sacrifices and compromise. to some
Exactly.
degree. Yeah.
Exactly.
Now,
I know
that
during the week. I know during the week, from Monday to Friday, I'm busy. You ain't
Yeah.
coming first. But the weekend, I'm all yours.
Okay.
That's all.
Right.
Right.
You
And-
want to go shopping on
Yeah,
the weekend?
that's supposed to be known.
I'm not sleeping in late. Whatever time you want me to, it's you. It's all about you. I don't care. Right?
Yeah.
I'm going to drink my coffee, get up and shopping, whatever you want to do. But during the week when I'm creating, I got to be realistic. I'm creating. I got to draw.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
And you can't turn it off. It's not like people have to understand. It's just like I told you, just like writing. I said you know to understand the nature of drawing and an artist of a novel writer too. It's not like a 9 to 5 where you can just turn it off and just it's not.
You gotta be.
That's not how
you in the
artists and
zone,
novelists
you in the
work.
zone. Yeah.
Exactly. And think about it. If you're a top-notch doctor and your pager goes off, if your wife says, "You mean you can't stay home for 5 more minutes?" That 5 minutes is somebody living or dying. All I want to hear from you is, "I'll get up and make the coffee." That's it.
Yeah.
Because
That
that's the way. That's what you married.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Right.
have 5 minutes. That's 5 minutes less of getting to the hospital. And you just
You
gotta
make a
say,
point
"Okay,
that
I'll
he's
make
left
you your
enough
coffee.
time.
I'll make you your coffee and make sure you get out quick."
Right. Right.
But to have
And that's
that
what I
discussion,
mean by supportive. That's the support part that I'm talking about. Because
Yeah.
I think we talked about this on our stream too, about what support really is. And a lot of times people think it's just this or just that, but support is support, and however you can give it. If you say you can only support me by stopping by my house, dropping off a meal once a month, that's still support. If you say you could support me by giving me a few likes on my stream, that's still support. It doesn't matter about the weight and the money and all of this. It's about how you can give it to me to help me do what I need to do.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
let me ask you this as a woman.
Okay.
Because this is important, okay? And wait, I want to phrase it in the right way because like I said, my filter is not exactly the greatest.
No, just
No. I learned my lesson from my last stream. Somebody invited me on, so this time I'm gonna place my words right.
Hopefully they didn't scar you, my brother.
No, they didn't scar me. I just want to ask it in a way that they don't. I just want to ask it in a way that they don't throw something in there as a well, depends kind of thing. Okay. Do you think support? Okay. I believe support, and I'm gonna tell you as a man, I believe support is not about cooking and cleaning in any way, shape, or form. Okay? For me, support is the main area of support is supporting what that person does in his life to achieve his goals. Because today men cook, Today men clean. I keep a really clean place. Today men do the things women do because
They have
they've
to.
been bachelors. They know how to cook now. They ain't starving,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And you know, fast food is everywhere if you need to grab something healthy or whatnot. But I believe if you're going to talk about a woman in today's time, because you know people are so busy. Let's face it, we are all busy. And
Right.
during the pandemic, when it shut down, everybody realized how busy they were. But
Right.
as a woman, and I'm asking you, do you think that women think in that sense that support means supporting him, what he does for, and I'm not, and it's vice versa too. I'm not saying it's only
Right.
men.
I got
Right?
what you're saying.
Okay.
I get you. Yeah.
Do you think that that's what support is? That's the main area of support?
I don't think it's the main, but I do think it kind of coincides a little bit because, okay, if you're by yourself and you're creating, you got your business, you're by yourself, right?
Right.
Okay, now you bring someone else into the mix. Now you got yourself times another person. That's two people.
Mm-hmm.
It changes the whole dynamic.
Okay.
It changes your time. It changes everything, right? So as if I'm a woman and I'm saying, okay, you're an artist and I'm coming to your world and you say, okay, I do this 16 hours a day. And I'm like, and on top of that, you're going to make time for me. If I cook and clean, that's me showing support in the sense that I know that you have very limited time. Plus you're carving out more time of your time for me. So I'm going to support you in this endeavor by taking this off your hands a bit. So when you get off work, you're not having to spend more time doing cooking and cleaning. You can come hang out with me.
Okay. So Shishi, I'm going to take everything you just said. I'm going to take the main things you said that separates you from every other conversation I've had with women on this.
Okay.
So the main thing, I'm going to cook and clean because I know you're working 15 hours a day.
Right.
So you know your role on where you fit in for those 15 hours.
Right.
So you are supporting, but you are, so in a nutshell, you are supporting what he does for a living because you respect that he's working 15 hours a day. So I'm going to squeeze in the thing right here, which is cook, clean, make sure he has a little meal when he comes home, because that's where I fit in his 15-hour day. And that is the exact section that gets lost in translation when women speak of supporting their man. Because that's where I think career men need it.
Yeah, I do. I agree. Because, I mean, realistically, there's only, like you said, there's only 24 hours in a day. If you're agreeing that you're going to go out and make the bacon, you're going to make sure I'm good outside of the house, I'm going to hold it down for you inside of the house.
Right.
That's my support. That's my country. You know? So why not make it a little less stressful for you? Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I was a perfect saint out there. I've been married for 18 years.
Right.
And there's some times where I kind of fell short in that area too. But I always bring myself back. I'm like, you know what? Man, he is really grinding for you. He's good. He's trying to make sure he's taken care of. He wants you to be happy. I want him to be happy. So how can I show that I support his happiness just as well as he support mine? So I'm like, shoot, let me get up at 6:30 a.m. so I can make sure he got some breakfast ready for him before he goes to work. You know what I mean? Let me start my dinner at 3 o'clock so when he comes home, he ain't got to be stressing about dinner. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's my form of support because, like you said earlier too, that's something I'm better at doing. And it's not because he can't cook, it's because I have more time to sit in the kitchen and get these meals done than he does because he's trying to grind.
You see, and that will lead me into the next thing I want to describe is that's where I think men and women disconnect, right? Because men speak of it, and I'm gonna say, because I'm considered a simp because I think like this, but I don't mind that. Like I said, I don't put labels on things. But men, this is where men get lost and women get lost. See, men translate exactly what you just said. Men translate it this way. Yeah, she's gonna be home, she's gonna cook, she's gonna clean for me, and she's gonna do all this while I go out and make the bacon, right?
Right.
And women women think about it like this: I'm cooking and I'm cleaning for you while you're out there making the bag, and I expect you to spend it on me, instead of realizing that he is gonna spend it on me. So you see that that little disconnect is what I hate when people talk about support.
Yeah.
That's the lost in translation, because I'm not saying, the way they say it is like you're gonna cook and clean. They don't say it in a way that, you know, while I'm doing this, it would be nice if you cooked and clean in the time that I need, so when I come home, it's already prepared. And women don't look at it as saying, well, he just worked 14 hours a day. I'm going to have his meal ready, so when he comes home, he has time for me, and we don't have to quabble or quarrel over that little section right there. And I think that's the whole thing with how people talk about it that causes such an uproar for no reason at all.
Right. And
right?
Yes, I agree. And I think that people need to stop worrying so much about what it looks like and start focusing on what's beneficial for me and my we partners. When we married, we're a team.
Right.
We both got to do things to hold it down. Is it always going to be 50-50? Probably not. But I'm going to do what I got to do.
But overall, see, that's where, and I say this, overall, it is 50-50, because I know if you're working and I'm at home.
Oh, we froze again.
Oh, because for me, I know overall it's perfect, because if I'm at home and you're working, you don't have to worry about it. The dinner is going to be set. Oh, did we freeze? Takashi, did you disappear on me?
We froze a bit. Okay. Oh, I heard overall, and that's all I heard.
Okay, I said overall. Overall, we are 50-50, because I know if I'm home and you're working, you don't have to. The meal's going to be ready because I know how to cook, right? Or I'm going to do my part to get us something to eat. That
Right. Even if it's a box of pizza,
you're not going to scramble to find food. It's going to be there for you, right? So I think that's the whole section where people and couples, or I would say people that want to come together, that's the whole argument that they're saying, what are you bringing to the table? And they say it all wrong in my book.
And people are focusing on the wrong stuff. It's not just all about money.
It's not. I don't know why people think that. I don't know why men think or women think they can't get with a guy that's average at 42 grand a year and you're making 80, that you think you're above him. Why can't you just say you're making 120 together? Like, what's so bad about that?
Why can't we just say we make a move together and don't worry about how much we making?
You know what I mean?
Because it ain't your business.
It's not your business.
We doing what we gotta do. That's
exactly. You know, I can't put that on a woman that, hey, you know what, you better be making over 100K. I can't put that on her. I can't.
It's ridiculous.
I don't think should put
it's over the top.
Sorry.
Right?
No, go ahead, Shishi. I mean, Chai Q.
Go ahead, Jay. Go
no,
ahead.
but these, I mean, I find it so, do people even comprehend what $100,000 is? Like, do they even
No,
say,
they don't.
They really don't understand what $100,000 is and what options you get with that. And I always ask them, you want your man to make $100,000, but Jay, do you bring $100,000 in what he wants? Are you the type of woman that steps out of the car of a man making $100,000? I mean, let's be realistic to that.
They're not. To be honest.
But you want a man that makes $100,000. You're a girl. You're lucky if you get that.
You really are.
My friends make that kind of money.
Sorry, you guys. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the unrealistic part that people, like, I'm not going, you know what I mean? I'm not going to look for a girl that's 6 feet tall. I would like her to like me. I will see if I got game for it. But I'm going to be realistic about things, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to be realistic about it.
Because
you have to be.
Like I said, I'm 6'0". I'm not 6'5", so I'm not going to lie about my height.
Right.
And the thing is, for me, it's just a matter of, like, guys, I've got on both dudes and women. I get on both sides. Yeah. One, ladies, you're very unrealistic. Number one, right here, and just be real, you are, because you're never gonna get that. You only get what you can afford, and also what is in your lane.
Exactly.
Now, for the dudes, now let me get into dudes now. Dudes, unless you're a particular type of guy, you can't get what you get, and also there's no guarantee that you will get a return on your investment. So
Yeah.
that comes down to vetting. That comes down to what you're trying to look for. Because I'm gonna be real, if I turned out to be a millionaire or billionaire, I would be one of the secret ones that you wouldn't know about. I would look regular. I would do everything
it's
not
like
to
I
give
say,
myself away.
exactly. It's like I say, Jay. Everybody's looking for Superman, but they don't recognize when Clark Kent is in front of them. They don't know.
Yeah.
They don't
I know that analogy too. Yeah, the Clark Kent.
Right.
They don't know, right? If
Like
I
you
was
want
to,
Superman,
if I was
but-
to judge,
Yeah.
if I was to base myself on what I done and as a man, I'm 7 feet tall. If I was to base it on what I have right now in my living, dude, I'm 7 feet tall, right? So I know I'm 7 feet tall. But am I being realistic if I want a girl that's 6 foot? First of all, if it happens, it happens. I'm not going to judge. But come on, man. You got to be realistic as a man to what your lane is.
The averages aren't in your favor, is what I'm going to be honest. And I told my friend, listen, and I said,
Exactly, you know what I
it's just like when you win the lottery, he says, women going to win the lottery. You're never going to win the lottery. You want to know why? It's not because it's low. It's because it's too high against you.
Yeah.
You have a greater chance of being struck in lightning twice the same day you're eaten by a great white shark. You have a win the freaking lottery. That's what it is. It's not because it's low. It's because it's too high against you.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Do you know how many women would be
You're not good. You're rigged not to win that for a reason.
Do you know how many women would be in successful relationship if they look at the guy in the corner of their eye instead of the guy in front of them? Because that's the guy that's gonna make it for you. That's the guy that's gonna be what you want. You know what I mean? Wouldn't you want a man you can build together with, mold together with? You can learn each other's habits. I mean, because you have to think, if you get that guy that you like, okay, and this is realistic. Let me tell you something. If you captured him physically, looks and fade, don't be surprised if he trades you in for a newer model because you didn't capture his heart that would keep him there.
You didn't capture his heart.
What he wanted to see, right? And
Which is what he needs.
He captured
That's
what
what
he
he
wanted
needs.
to see. He captured what he wanted to see, and you liked him for what you saw, right? But I guarantee you, and it goes both ways. After the looks and fade go, he will trade you in for a newer model because you didn't capture what would keep him there. You did not capture what would keep him there. Yeah. And people need to understand that I'm very real. I think as a man, I'm very realistic.
Yeah.
Right? I'm very realistic on what I want. Right? And I'll say it. I want a woman based on my lifestyle, not based on what I see visually. Because let me tell you something, and excuse the language, pussy is pussy. You ain't packing nothing that I haven't seen before.
Go ahead. It's already realistic.
Right. I'm not packing something that you haven't seen before.
Right.
So we have to still keep it spicy. Because
exactly.
I need to know that when I put my head
and
down,
that's regardless of look.
Right? If I get injured, you got to be able to stimulate my mind physically. You have to be able to stimulate me physically, mentally.
She can, then it's a problem mentally.
What are we going to talk about in bed after we have sex? You're going to roll over and I'm going to roll over. We're both going to roll over. Right? So I think that, and that's why I say I base everything around my art.
Yeah.
I base everything around my lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I think women need to do that. If they base it around their lifestyle, but be realistic. And if men do that, listen, you're going to have some successful couples out there.
Yeah.
A lot of successful couples out there. But everybody's talking about this modern day woman, this bag and this.
Yeah, I know. That's why I keep away from it. That's why I keep away from it because I'm just like, it's not my reality. And it's not the reality of the people that I got around me. So yeah. And guys, and even though I'll say this, even though I'm planning for my Costa Rica trip with me and my boy, we're going there to understand the people and the art. The women are a byproduct of us going down there. That's not our main reason of going. Me and my brother, they're literally going there in order to understand the people, the culture, because I got to get away from America altogether because I need to get my mind like somewhere else, like see some new scenery, like get some perspective.
You need a refresh.
Let me tell you something. You know,
I need a refresher.
I'm from Montreal, right? So I'm from Montreal, Canada, right?
We're from Montreal. Oh shoot!
So, you know, my accent was a lot stronger my French accent was a lot stronger when I moved here. But I can tell you, when I moved here, I was like, "Are you women serious? Like we didn't think like that." Like I only found that about that simp talk and and alpha male and colorism and all this shit when I got here. And I was like, you guys, what? I mean, I couldn't believe it. My mind was, I said, you guys obviously never been outside the United States. But let me tell you something. Colorism does only exist with you guys here. It does not exist majority
over in there.
You need to cross the border, go into Canada, and see how the black people interact.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. It's because so different.
You can't bring that shit over there. They'll look at you like, what are you talking about, dude?
That's what I said, Anton. I've said that before. Like, for example, Japan is technically made for people like me because I fit in.
Right.
You like I don't act like, I'll be honest, I don't perpetuate a stereotype or anything down here. That's why I'm actually glad I'm different than this stereotypical black man. Because I am not out here wilding on my shorts below my ass. I'm not doing any of that.
Dude, I
dress like a regular person.
Is when I moved here. I only knew about a stereotype was when I moved here.
Yeah.
When I moved here, I got all this lingo. And I'm like, you guys got some serious victim mentality shit going on because you obviously never crossed the border. You obviously never.
It doesn't exist.
Because you can literally go to Canada and they'll look at you and like, you're definitely not from here, dude. If you're bringing that shit, because I don't know what you're
exactly. If you act a certain, no, not even just that. I'm talking about your demeanor, how you act.
Yeah.
Now I will say this: if you left there and you did the change within you, and you're over there and you fit right in, they're gonna feel like you one of them.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
Absolutely. I actually know somebody who lives in Vancouver, Canada,
and they're even more laid back than Montreal.
Yeah. They're more laid back, and the thing is, he's peaceful over here, and he had talked about the story. He's my man, Sean Davis. Shout out to him because he works over there, and he was talking about the story about the sister over there that was just wilding, trying to do BS. Everybody in that company knew that she was out of her damn mind because nobody there acts like how she acts because she came from America. And she thinks she can act a certain way,
right?
And then they got rid of her.
She got
because she tried to pull that. Hey, listen, that false accusation crap.
Yeah,
no, that false allegation crap. That wasn't gonna fly down there with them. They said, you got to get out of here.
You got to
because they got evidence that she's lying, and it wasn't like, no, we take her word like in America. Nah, bro, we get rid of her altogether. And I'm like, good people.
Yeah.
Get rid of the disease that's trying to spread over there.
Right.
So you can keep out society. Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, thank you.
And what kills me is they actually think they're only getting away with it within the United States because, sorry to say, people in the United States think they're the only ones that are black. Like, we define who black people are because we live in the U.S. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Listen, I was born in Trinidad, right? So I got the island in me anyways.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, even my cousins were like, do these women pee standing up too? Like, what the? Like, whoa. Why are you struggling? What are you talking about? Femininity, masculinity? What? That language all happened to me here.
Yeah.
This masculine woman, it's okay to be masculine. I stand my ground. I didn't know anything about that. I swear to God, I was like dumbfounded. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Because last time I checked, you got a pair of tits. I'm just saying. Like, what? Go ahead.
No,
go ahead, Shishi.
Shishi, I'm telling you, I did not know any of this till I got here. And I was like, what is this simp?
Be right back.
What are you talking to me? What is this colorism? Like, my mind went like, I got to wake up to this. I remember when I went out on a date and the girl says, oh, you're obviously not from here. I'm like, well, what do you mean? She goes, because you're, because what do you do? What do you drive with? A common question? And I just felt like, what? I mean, like, whoa. She goes, oh, you're obviously not from here. You better get on board with this.
Whoa.
I was totally shocked. Slap back.
And then a lot of these same women wonder why they still single. And I'd be like, really?
Yeah. I mean, really? I came here with no potential. I wish that girl would have stuck around until my potential kicked in. I mean, what do you want me to say? I was studying. I had to, I didn't have enough for the lobster dinners. I was studying. My lobster dinner cost me 5 paintbrushes. What do you want me to tell you?
Right. And the people have definitely gotten lost. That's funny. 5 paint brushes.
Like I'm telling you, like you know what? That's why when I told you, for me, all this when women talk masculinity, this masculine, I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Like,
Yeah.
that's not that only exists here. Black women are not masculine in Canada or Toronto or Vancouver. They don't even know what that is. And in the islands, they think that you guys are guys, like drag queens, but that's within the United States. But if you talk to them about women in Canada, they'll be like, oh yeah, they're very nice out there. But here, this whole masculinity, aggressive, that's here. And it shouldn't even be. Let your guard down. Take it easy. You know what I mean?
And that's what I mean by like being okay with your role. Like, be a woman and be okay with it. Be okay with being the weaker vessel physically, sometimes mentally too. Because we were created for different purposes.
But that's not, but can you hear me? I guess I'm alone right now because I can't hear you. Anybody?
There we go with this internet.
Okay, I got one for you. Shishi.
Huh.
So, I'm going to challenge you on one thing you said, Ushi. Okay. Women are not the weaker vessel, and I'll tell you. I'm going to explain what I mean by that.
Okay.
And this is Sim Talk talking from me right now.
Okay.
This is the Sim part of me, guys, and I'm okay with it. By the way, I'm just having fun with it. Okay, I'll tell you why women are not the weaker vessel.
Okay.
Okay. Emotionally, spiritually, women are stronger than men.
Right.
Physically, mentally, for endurance, men are stronger than women. But hear this out. This is how weak men are. You will see a man emotionally break down when his wife leaves him. Shit happens. He'll go to the bottle. He'll do drugs, anything to make it get away. But you will see a woman put on her makeup, put on her best outfit, go to work, come home, then go into the bathroom and cry.
Yeah.
So that's when. So a woman is not the weaker vessel. A woman is just as strong as a man, but in areas that are equal to how strong a man is.
Okay, now I do agree with that statement. Like, yes. And I think that's kind of what I was trying to say, but it came out differently. But yes. And that's my thing about being okay with being who you are and playing your part and embracing. I've learned to embrace being a woman, and it has helped my husband embrace being who he is, because just by doing that. You know, like there's something like, look, babe, I don't have it. I know you better with that. I need help.
and honestly, you're helping him be a stronger, better man and building him up. And he's helping you be a stronger woman, being in your femininity and knowing your role and being as strong as you are where you should be. He's helping you and you're helping him. There's things my mother, I don't even know, like my father says, some of the stuff your mother's able to endure, I couldn't do. Son, I could not do it. Oh, my father would come home pissed at people, and my mother would just look at him and go, when you're ready to be in the house, and she'll just say things to break him down in section, and next thing you know, he's drinking a beer, watching TV. My father couldn't do that, no matter how hard he tried. My father couldn't do that to himself. So who's stronger right there?
Right.
Now, who's stronger right there?
Guess what she was doing, though?
What?
She was supporting him, encouraging.
There you go. There you go. So her strength kicked in when he didn't have any.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what's lost in translation with all these channels today. And I watch so many of them. I've been invited about 3 or 4 of them, and I'm like, you guys are making things so complicated. Like, you're just explaining yourself wrong, and you're talking down to the woman, and the woman's talking down to the men, and you're fighting.
Exactly.
You ask
like there's no impasse.
They ask stupid questions like, well, you should be at home cooking. Like, who says that in the modern time today? This ain't 1930. You do know she votes, right? Like, they ask the stupidest questions to trigger these women. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, you know that woman is a baby mama. But where you go? But here is where I heard the term baby mama. In Canada, they just call them non-married. We call you guys non-married, right? Here, you guys
non-married. Okay, I like
you
that.
guys do the condescending. You guys do the condescending baby mama with multiple kids. And
Yeah.
you guys dig at her for the mistakes she's made instead of saying, okay, this is where you're at. Be realistic on what you should expect. But they just dig, and of course she's gonna get triggered and hurt and start lashing out and saying all men are shit. I would do it too if I was a woman.
I mean,
right?
Yeah.
And women that are, don't have a husband.
Yeah.
They're being unrealistic to what they want in a man, because a man's first choice is not you with a kid. Sorry to tell you, but if I work hard for my money, I want something fresh. I don't go to the grocery store picking the softest fruit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right? But
right.
You know what? The
ripest fruit.
I may pick you if you say the right words and you show me that you can be on board on what I'm looking for. I may just pick you.
Right.
Right? But these channels are doing more damage to the psyche than solution-based. Okay, this is where we're at. If you say 75% of black women are baby mamas, yeah, we already know that. But what's the solution? Condemn them?
Right. No, the solution is that we need to do better about raising these men to stay in the household so that these don't end up in these situations in the first place.
Exactly. So it's finding a solution that doesn't make each side look better than the other. It's not about that. Okay, she made the mistake. She picked the wrong guy. We get it. But you know what?
Yeah, I get that.
I don't gotta do that to her.
No, she already probably beat herself down enough.
So do I blame her for wanting a guy that's special?
Right.
Because she's gotta feel special.
Yeah.
Right? So if you make her feel special, she's gonna be content with the guy that's the average guy. But if you make her feel that she can't get that upper guy, of course she's gonna. I mean, come on. What person wouldn't react to that?
Right.
Well, Anton, I've always said this.
Mm-hmm.
I find it funny, and I laugh at it every time because I actually call people out on it.
Mm-hmm.
I find it funny how humans are the biggest undoing because of crap like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering if aliens are looking down and they're seeing how silly that all these freaking humans are acting around like little freaking mices or little roaches.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I compare it to. And I said, the reason why you want to know why they ain't showing themselves to y'all right now? I'm gonna be real, because of the way y'all fucking acting right now.
Yeah,
like you got no goddamn sense. Yeah, like you acting like a bunch of little spoiled ass children who haven't freaking had the mom or the dad in their life. Now I normally don't say that, but what I say is you acting like you had no damn sense, like you had no tutelage. Okay, maybe some of y'all men joined the military, got some structure, and they're a little bit better than when they was out there. I've actually seen some men. I actually talk with them now. Like they actually are much better than what they were.
Right.
They don't say the same monotonous things. They like, yeah, I shut up. I got a real dose on reality, and I understand how I gotta move and you can't disrespect another human being. The fact that we had to take people's lives actually makes you want to appreciate life even more. Yep. Your own and maybe the other lady you settled down with. So you can't be picking at her.
Right.
Because innately you're inciting conflict and you need to stop that shit. Because guess what? Do that to me. And see what's gonna happen to you.
You want to see my alpha side? Fuck with me. I don't I don't mind being a beta.
I need to talk. I'll just do
alpha
exactly.
side comes out when you mess with me. I can be a beta. I'm cool with that. But if you want to see my alpha, mess with me. If you think I can't lead, put me in the head. I mean, this is not rocket science, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is not rocket
I'm all
science.
about don't you come for my family. Don't you touch a hair on nobody's head and
no.
Right, and it's better not to get hit back.
And another thing that pisses me off, right? This is another thing that gets me upset, and like I said, I'm gonna be raw about it, right? This whole weave thing and all this. Let me tell you something, and I blame the black community, not man or woman. You know why women wear so much weave? Because we within our own little nutshell are the ones that make them feel bad about what they have naturally. Yeah. If a woman doesn't wear a weave, another woman will call her out saying, "What are you wearing your nappy head for?" If a woman wear a weave to change her looks because maybe she's bald, a man would say, "I don't like no weave."
Right.
So we do it internally and point the fingers at others to justify the asinine shit we do. But you know what? It's within the community that we've made it uncomfortable to be who we are. Because we have this stupid victimhood mentality as it's done to us, but we're the ones doing it to us, right? I, as a professional artist, I've had more African American clients try to talk me down than the white man, right? But to hear this out, but the white artists that take on some of the jobs, you would have the black man not trying to knock him down in price. Right? My managers told me, Antoine, I don't know, but every time I deal with a black celebrity, it's like they try to be, when they find out you're a black artist, they try to do the easy route. But when it's a white artist finds out it's a black artist, when it's a white celebrity finds out it's a black artist, they just want to pay because this guy's got talent.
Right.
That's the problem. We do it to ourselves, bro.
We do.
And that's got to change.
I agree with you.
It's got to change.
We are our own worst enemies.
Yeah.
We are. We are. You know, a Jewish person, it can be 10 times more expensive than what you're offering, but they'll buy it from that Jew because they want that Jew to excel. You know why Hollywood is Jewish owned? Because it's Jewish run, because they invest in the Jewish. They don't care how much that person wants to charge. They're going to say, no, if I don't dominate it as a Jewish man, that guy is going to dominate it as a Jewish man. Either way, I'm going to be part of that bloodline. But we don't think like that.
No,
right? We don't think like that.
We at war with each other and don't even know it.
Huh?
We at war with each other and don't even realize.
That's what I said.
We dominate in every
time.
We dominate in every sport, yet we own nothing. But we dominate in everything we touch turns to gold. You're right. Everything we touch turns to gold. But the problem is we don't get along. All right? We don't get along.
I noticed that, yeah. Like everybody's at odds with one another to try to they're trying to top each other off. Literally. And I'm just like, dude, stop.
We don't get along. We don't invest in our own. I remember when a basketball player said he bought computers.
We really don't.
He bought computers for a school. And I'm like, motherfucker, you bought computers for a school? You think that's really investing into your own? Why don't you do this? Why'd you fix up the whole damn school? It's not like you're gonna lose money for doing it. Like,
right.
Like, just these things that just laugh.
I gotta take off here. I gotta get my daughter in the bed.
Okay.
But
it was really nice talking to you.
You do this, you too, and I appreciate all the knowledge and the wisdom that I heard on here today.
Tell your husband to become an artist.
Your shy cutie. Look forward to next week. All right.
Yes. I have you on my reminder so that I don't let it slip through, because I've been like, has Jay done this yet? Because I'm so busy.
No, I haven't done it because I am busy. But the thing is, I'm making time to get everybody in.
Okay, good.
For this week and next week. So that's why when Bree said we'll do that John Dress Up cosplay one, we'll do it next week. Because I'm actually, you know what? I'll show you before I go. I'll screen share everybody what I'm working on before I go.
Send me your channel so I could subscribe to it.
Okay.
Definitely, sir.
Both of you, send me your channels in the comments so I could subscribe to it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Here you go. This is what I'm working on the thumbnail for next week.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Oh, beast.
Yeah, I got that anime in there. I like that.
Oh,
yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, no. I had to get some screenshots, and I'm like touching some things up, and I'm just altering the thumbnail. This is the actual custom thumbnail I'm making right now.
Drop me an email when you drop it, so I can see it. I can see it over.
Man,
oh, definitely, sir.
And those colors are amazing.
Yeah, that's really stuff.
Yeah.
That. You can tell.
Yeah, I started. yeah, exactly. Yes, I'm an anime expert too. That's why I did my last little show I did on Monday. Yeah. I custom that thumbnail too, so I actually got the hang of start doing it now.
Nice.
So just a matter of that. Now, granted, I put Achilles in his just because that's his email name, because I'm like, Achilles.
That's my channel.
Yeah, I got you, man. But Anton, man, watch that heel, bro. You know how he went down, right?
Right. He went down in the most crazy way. Like
Who we talking about? Who we talking about?
Achilles.
Achilles.
Oh yeah.
Because
He's my favorite. He's my favorite warrior, man. He's my favorite warrior. He did everything for love. He did everything for love, and I love it for that. He did everything for love. He died for love. I love it. Love it.
Right, in the Achilles.
That was his weakness. That was his weakness.
Not his throat, not his chest, not his stomach.
It's so random. I know.
Right? What a shot.
Right.
Yeah, right.
With all these big
That's
old
what took me out.
where did his Achilles be the one thing? Like, man,
That's so weird.
You guys know the Greek myth on why it's the Achilles, though?
Huh?
You know the Greek myth on why it's the Achilles?
I heard that, but I did hear the theory.
It's been a minute. Tell me.
Okay, you know why it's Achilles? Because it's the only place his mother didn't dip into the fountain of immortality.
Oh yeah.
She was holding it. She was holding him by his Achilles, the bottom of his foot, and she dipped everything else except his Achilles.
Dang, man, that's why.
She should have dumped the whole thing in it.
Yeah, she held it because she was weak, so she held him like this by his feet. But she dipped everything in. But when it got to her hands, it's when she pulled him out because she didn't want to drop him into the water, and that's why it's his Achilles.
She should have dropped him in the water.
He
would have been invisible, man.
Right. Should have mixed them up in there, switched them.
Yeah. Or turn them upside down and then just do this.
Oh yeah, like flip them over. Okay, now this side.
Okay.
That's wild.
All right.
Okay.
Great. This is great.
It was fun hanging out with you guys. I appreciate it.
Likewise. Thank you so
Don't
much.
forget to send me the link though, so I can subscribe to your channel.
Okay.
I'll do it right now when you.
Yeah. Put it in a private chat.
Put in a private chat so I could. I'll go there and subscribe to it.
Oh no.
And Takasha, you too, because I don't think I subscribed to your channel either.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna do that right now since I got both of yous on, and instead of saying I'm gonna do it later.
Yeah, I'm just gonna copy and paste it. That way you can just.
Just do it. So I can just. I'll click it right now.
How do I?
Just type it in.
All right, just type this in when you go into I don't know how to do the full link.
Okay. So that's if I type that in YouTube, I'm gonna see that. Is that
you're
what
gonna see that? Yeah, you'll see. You're gonna see that. Yeah. It'll be like anime thumbnails, and then you'll see my face and my Kawaii Bree's face on there too. It's her channel. I'm her co-host.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me just do it. The Bree, and then it's what? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, wait a minute. Is that anime? Is that you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's her.
You see some purple hair.
Let me just make sure I have the right. Okay, it says the name of the channel is X Feru. No, that's not you.
No, that's not us. It should be Kawaii Bree 123.
Kawaii Bree 123
is the name of the channel.
How come I can't find it?
Copy.
Maybe that's hold on. K-A. Oh, okay. I know what it is.
K-A-W-A, like Hawaii, but Kawaii.
Yeah, there we go. I just set mine.
Okay.
Oh, got you. 1, 2, 3. Is she have pink hair?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So let me subscribe right now. Hit the notification of all. And where's yours? Let me see, Jay. I'll do yours right now too. Okay, perfect. I hit Jay.
I'm already subscribed to you, Jay. What's that, Jay?
That's Misaru from Demon Slayer. By the way, the figure is right next to me. You can't see it, but she's right next to me.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Hold on. It's actually an LED one. I'll show you real quick.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's dope.
Yep.
So I love your anime, your figurines and your posters. They be cool.
Yeah.
Who did you say that girl was? Who did you say that girl was?
I forget her name. Mitsuri. Okay. Mitsuri, I believe that's her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wood dragon from freaking wood dragon chick from freaking Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer. Yeah.
Trust me.
Have you ever been to Japan? Have you ever been to Japan?
I have friends in Japan, and
have you ever been?
Who are Japanese, but I'm planning on going there.
You better
actually live there. Living there, screw that.
Really?
I'm never coming back.
No.
Why would I want to come? Listen, I'm being real on time. Why do I want to come back if I got from over there?
You go there and
live, be real.
You gonna marry to a Japanese lady?
Most likely.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
I do like.
And Shishi, the thing is, I know you gotta go, but the thing is, for me, I actually plan on doing that whole traditional wedding, like actual traditional Japanese wedding. I'll do it.
Nice. You're gonna
I'll
wear.
wear. Hey, listen, I'll wear the big freaking male yukata if I got to, man. I'll do it. I don't care. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I love
cool,
weddings,
though.
man. I'm all for it. Look, I think yes, a wedding is a woman's day, but it's my little day too.
Exactly. That's
I'm
what I
all
think.
in. I'm all in, man. I will spend what you need.
I'm all in on that one.
Right.
Because I'm only doing it one time.
I'm doing it one time, and listen, if I'm gonna do it one time, then I'm wearing the traditional clothes, bro. I'm not wearing the freaking American suit. I don't care for that.
That's real. That's real.
I am there. I think every woman deserves that day, and I think every man should just whip out his checkbook and say, if we go into debt, we're going to get together.
Right, there we go.
Well, okay, but don't go crazy with it. But just make sure you go on plan. I want you to be smart about it.
I don't want to say that because you know why? I'll say this. It really is her day, right? We don't really.
It is.
We just care about drinking what color suit we're gonna be wearing. We really don't really care about the flowers.
Okay.
Right.
Let's be real.
This may come as a shock to you. I don't want to be drunk that day, personally.
Yes, but I'm just
because I want to remember it.
I'm just saying it would be nice that she planned it. It's her. She can never say I didn't give her the biggest day of her life. I'm just saying.
Yes.
She really can't say it at that point.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, honey, I gave you the biggest.
Your parents,
day of
my
life.
parents showed up.
Everybody showed up for that day. Everybody got drunk.
Right.
You got lit and had a
the
good
cherry,
time.
the cherry blossoms were beautiful.
I will
Like
go down
sweet
and say, I gave you the biggest. You can divorce me, but I gave you the biggest day of your life. I don't care.
Yeah, no divorce, please.
That title is mine.
Right. You know, most Japanese, the cool thing about the Japanese culture is that once you get married to a Japanese woman, it's like for life. They don't
they don't believe in divorce or anything like that because it's the shame that it comes with, but also they're just so tied into the tradition of trying to, bring on the next life and bring in the next, they believe in success a lot.
Yeah.
And one of their downfalls, I did notice this, and don't worry, my Japanese friends know this. It's just like the sense of overworking yourself. You work yourself into the grave.
Oblivion.
Okay, but let me tell you the elephant in the room. You do know the Asian culture. You're not gonna be.
Yes, I do.
Okay, as long as you know that you can. I mean, I'm sorry. You do know there's gonna be that grandmother that will never like you, and that uncle
never like you,
never accept you. As long as you're okay, I say as long as you're okay with that, because you're not gonna. And culturally, walking over there, you know how you're gonna be looked at. It's like it's like a black and white country.
And you have something to prove over there. To be honest, I'll be honest. What you can prove is over there.
Things gotten better, but they have a very strict cultural thing compared.
They
to
do.
They do.
I'm just
and like we don't want to mix this up.
They want that.
Well. And Anton, I should tell you something funny. One of our co-hosts, Princess K, she actually her fiance is a Korean man, but the difference with the mom, it's so long for the mom to get to know the daughter, so they love her, despite her color. She's black.
Yeah. And I know
no, that's gonna happen within your bubble. I'm just talking about outside that bubble.
Oh, you mean outside? Yeah, outside the bubble. I know what you meant. Yeah,
outside. Yeah. But you know what? I got faith in you, Jay. I think you're gonna be all right. I think you're gonna. I
hope you have your channel big, and I'm still part of it to know what you're up to and see.
Yeah, you should post do a vlog when you're in Japan.
Oh no! Please believe I'm going to do that.
That's gonna be fun.
Just so I can shut all my friends up. Finally went there. And also I already got some of my guy friends over there who are technically already married, but they're waiting for me to come over there.
Wow.
And they're gonna exactly. They're trying to get me over there. One lives in Shibuya, the other lives in Osaka, and they won't. And I told well, one of them is married, and he said, "Yo, I can't wait for you to get over here, man. It's been a while since I came to that boarding school in America, and it's good to hear from you. Like me and him chat on the phone every Friday. Like what's early morning for me over here." Which would be midnight for him, and he's just talking to me. We're just having this conversation before I get started on my job day.
Wow!
And so like we actually have those talks.
Nice.
So yeah, it's real. Trust me, it's a good experience.
That's nice.
But he's trying to make my Japanese better. I'm trying to like do a whole bunch of different stuff. But the thing is, I'm trying to be more consistent with my practicing on my Japanese. So because I want to commit to that 100%. Because I told my friend, listen, to all these cats out there that think they know they can get over there with saying one word, I gotta shut them up. If you think you're gonna go over there and you don't speak fluent Japanese, where they think they're gonna help you, no, you're gonna be a sore thumb. You're gonna be a sore thumb, 360, 465, and if you don't have this honed and trained, then you're not gonna be able to survive out there. It's that damn simple. Just because you make it by on a few people who can speak English, you would not be able to live out there if you don't know that economy, the stuff and all that. I'm talking about when I say I studied this shit, I studied this shit. I'm still studying.
And not to get political, but that's why the breakdown of America happened, because they tried to please every culture that came in here. And every culture, they tried to make the rules fit for every culture, and it just broke down the American culture. That's what happens there. We got lost in translation of no. Unfortunately, you're not in Saudi Arabia. Unfortunately, you're not in Japan. Over here, it's Christian, Catholic Church. This is what we have here. You're gonna have to conform. And in Japan, you can't pull that over there. You can't pull that in other places, right?
No. Granted, they do have a practice over there, but it's more so.
They're not gonna make it like the way we do with the government changing shit.
No, they're not.
That came to the breakdown of America, in my opinion.
Right.
You're welcome here, but when in Rome, do as Romans do. You can't go to France and not try to learn French. You better know.
You need to know
how
French.
to order something in French. You better start taking that phone out and
you better respect.
Like, no,
respect the culture.
Yeah,
respect the culture and understand it and know it.
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to say, and that led to the American breakdown.
And I said, as long as you're not disrespectful with it, then you're fine. But it's all but I've always said, even when it comes to anime cats, I know some people love Japan, but let's be real, guys. You can't. I'm gonna tell them. I tell everybody here who loves anime and Japanese culture, don't bring that American shit to fucking Japan.
No,
keep that. No. You keep You keep that. First of all, you can't even go over there if you got that mentality. You stay your ass here.
Yeah.
Now to the cats out there who can separate that and things like that, like myself and other people, because I mostly keep to myself and I'm quiet for most of the time.
Right.
All that loud, abrasive, anger, emotional shit that you got going on, they will send your ass back as quick as you got here.
Yeah, they all about.
It's not no joke.
And
listen, and they want their peace, and just like I went over there to get peace. Yes. I didn't go over there to bring bullshit from America over there. I'm over here to get peace. That's been my whole thing. I don't want to deal with y'all nonsense trying to fuck it up for us. That's
another thing I noticed on this whole YouTube and manosphere and woman.
Oh, you mean the thing that they want peace?
No, the thing that if you show emotion or you show feelings or you express, you're considered soft. And I'm like, why? Why can't I be passionate and emotional about shit and pissed me off? Why can't I get emotional about it?
You're allowed to be emotional.
No, you're not. Not on social media with all these channels. It's your sim.
Well, I'm gonna need them to go see somewhere.
Oh, you're acting like a woman. You're feminine because you're showing emotion. And
you're acting like a man because you ain't showing none.
Exactly. It takes more strength to show emotion than to be a hard ass.
I'm just saying.
Well, I've said this before. That's actually
it's backwards.
That's the most dangerous thing. Not even just that, she said that's one of the most dangerous things I've ever heard somebody ever say. So guess what? So that's like saying a man, he's with a woman, he's being picked on.
Yes.
And then one day, because he can't show emotion, right? Then this one day, this motherfucker snap, and he two pieces that lady.
Yeah, knock her ass out because she been toxic the whole relationship.
That was a fester that was building up, and he exploded. And I told him, I said, listen, you look awfully like, whenever you're holding it in, you look like a mutated angel to me. Your vessel is melting. You're going to explode.
Yes, let it out.
Like you can't hold that anger in. I'll be honest. I tried that when I was very young. Oh, please believe it had devastating results.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I didn't know what I was doing in my rage. Like I heard a lot of people in my rage.
I'm going to tell them, express yourself. I'm good with it. Let me know what's bothering you. You're not going to be able to come home and say, I can't tell daddy. No, I want to know. You want to cry? I'm good with it.
And vice versa. If you my husband and you got a moment you need to cry, guess what? At the end of the day, I don't care how many tears on this floor. After you done, I'm gonna say, babe, you still the man of the house. I still look at you the same.
Yeah. Like nothing's wrong with crying and letting out emotion. I mean, I know you consider that an alpha thing, but I mean, a beta thing, sorry, but Jesus. Like, you guys can't even cry. It's all of a sudden.
No.
That is
I mean, cried when you were
ridiculous.
young, but I'm talking about opposed to what you are now. It's a little
There's
bit
a
different.
difference
But I
between
would,
crying as a young and crying as an
young
adult.
man,
Like,
an adult.
crying as young is lost. Crying as an adult is meaning behind it. It's something.
Yes. If
Right.
you're crying,
Crying.
I'm like, dude, let's talk about this. What's going on?
Yeah, you hurt me. I'm hurt. I'm hurt.
Right. Obviously, if you
Yeah, right. I'm not crying, but I'm like definitely like angry, venting.
you're
like,
angry,
yeah.
you're frustrated, you might be hurt a little bit too. Guess what though? That's okay. I think that we
I'm
need
human.
to stop. You're human. You're a man, but you're human.
I'm not a
I'm a
robot
woman.
like everybody
That's
else.
key right there.
Exactly. You're not a robot. You gonna
Right.
have emotions. You gonna Jesus cried when his friend died in the Bible. When
Yeah.
Lazarus died, he cried because
Yeah.
he's a man, but he a perfect human and he cried. So
Yeah,
why is it
totally
so far fetched that a man can? And this is one thing I don't agree with hearing women say that men can't show emotion because you're teaching
They've
a man.
said that too. I've heard them. Yeah.
Yeah, you teaching a man that he can't. He's not allowed to
What?
have
Say that again. Women say what? Men can what?
show
Have emotion. Show
Who said that?
emotion.
Who says this?
Oh, I've
Women.
heard it in different from different women on media, social media, and well,
Yeah,
I
punk.
don't care about those emotions. If just tearing the man up because he got some emotions. So it's not they're not saying you can't, but they're basically ripping them apart because they are showing emotion, which you might as well say is equivalent to you saying you can't show emotion without being criticized or without being dogged out. I heard a woman recently in my face say, so my man got mad today and he was just emotional. And I was just like, look, I don't care about your emotions. I ain't got time for that. What? Seriously? This what we doing?
Yeah, that's so unfortunate.
That's very toxic.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Very.
Yeah, see, no, I'm so glad that I don't have to date in this society, this world.
No, man, you are blessed to be married.
Trust me on that, man.
And happy at
Single
that.
man, trust me on
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And I'm happy my husband don't have to deal with this. Oh my gosh, I feel
I'm
bad for
Glad
the
he
man.
got you before any of this went down, to be honest.
Yeah, it's hard. The dating world is hard today. It is. Take it from the thing. It's hard.
And it's
hard.
it's a facade. The dating world is a facade. It's like I'm gonna put on this nice show just to get what I want, and then poof, they gone. It's like not even. That is the craziest thing to me. Oh my gosh, it's so toxic.
And not to bring up another channel, there's a channel out there that interviews these women, a bunch of them, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. And I'm just listening to them going like, are you women really seriously speaking like that at such a young age? Like, it's like, whoa.
Right?
And where are your parents? Like, who raised you to be like that?
That's the problem.
The
parents ain't raising. Who raising? Society is raising the children these days.
And what I'm impressed with, Shishi, what I'm impressed with you by is like, you told me, I come from, I didn't come with, I was in a poverty state at one time and all this sort of stuff. But let me tell you something. And I've been listening to you, and I said to myself, my God, look how she's talking. She's forming perfect sentences. She's speaking eloquently. And the ones that I hear on other stations, I'm like, where did you learn to talk like that? Like, I don't even understand you. You know what I mean? I'm like, I know you went to high school or something.
Yeah.
They didn't pay attention.
And they always blame the environment. They always blame the environment. But look at Shishi. I'm like, no, it's not the environment. You choose to talk like that.
You is you. It's a choice.
It's a choice.
I choose to not succumb to all of this toxicity, femininity, and I mean, I'm sorry, somebody might shoot me for this, but the BLM, the black, you know what?
Yeah.
I
don't.
Yeah. I know what you meant. I don't
believe in that.
I'm not part of it. I'm not part of any of these motherfucking tribes.
Nothing.
I'm sorry, I can't relate to that.
My bad, cults. The cults.
You're absolutely right. I agree with you 100%.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I meet tons and thousands of different cultures of people, and interactions with them are amazing. They're the I have the sweetest, nicest people around me who support me, who didn't know me my whole life. People who only knew me for like a year or 6 months are more supportive than people I've known for 5, 6 years. You know.
But let me
So
ask you, Shishi, don't you? How do other black women, when they see you talk and speak and be in your femininity and just like there's no masculinity whatsoever, probably even when you get upset with your husband, you're probably still feminine, right? Don't they like think that you think you're better than them?
I have had that happen. Yes,
You have.
I have.
I know you have.
Yeah,
I know you have.
and guess what? They're cut off. For
Oh, okay.
Good.
Okay. Because it just amazes me. Like I'm hearing you speak for the last hour or so, and I'm like, I know you changed even my thought process, right? Because I had a fixed thought process too. I'm not gonna lie about it, right?
Yeah.
I'm always like on guard, like, oh shit, I don't want to trigger her because she'll come back to me, right?
Yeah.
And I just said, my God, look, she explained herself, she explained her upbringing, and yet she's forming sentences. So it's got to be a choice.
It's definitely a choice, and it's also not just. And it's so crazy. It's not even just a choice, but it's the choice on who I am choosing to be as a woman and a wife. And what do I want to see? What I want to see in the world is what I try to be. I want to be positive. I want to be inspiring, encouraging, uplifting. So I want to spread that too. I don't want to spread toxicity.
Not to stop you, look. If you get this guy in the comment, if you get emotional in combat, you die. No, if you get emotional in combat, see, you're not a fighter because boxers get emotional all the time. It puts them more on guard to counterattack. See, that's what I mean. Like, no.
What?
Like, who taught you
My
that?
man, Ian.
Ask Mike Tyson. He used to cry before a match. He used to cry because he used to be so scared and nervous.
Okay, let me break down what Ian is saying. Hold on, Booger.
Go ahead, Ian.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ian.
Ian is saying if you get emotional in combat, you die. Okay, keyword in combat. Understood. But you are allowed to show emotion. Yes, there's a time and a place. You don't want to be in combat crying because you ain't gonna be able to focus. I get that.
Exactly. You're a liability, everybody. Or
you're a
yourself.
liability.
Exactly, but you're already emotional going into combat. Your anxiety level is high. Like
you are, yes. And you can, and that's okay to be emotional before combat. But you know, if you in the middle of combat, you shouldn't be emotional because you need to focus. But guess what? If you need to cry it out after the combat is done, I don't think anything's wrong with that. I really don't. I don't think
we're on the same page. Yep. I can see how you can cut them off. You must cut off a lot. She must cut off a lot.
It took some time, but they all kind of got deleted around the same time.
I would have loved to be a fly on the wall for that one.
Man, I was just like, this is some bull. Like, I feel like I'm the crazy one doing stuff wrong.
Thanks for the question, Ian.
It's them. They was the one.
That question, statement.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, I feel you. But oh man, I've been loving the conversation we have, and I know you gotta go, Chichi. I know you've been here. You stayed a few minutes longer.
No, it's okay.
Which is really good because I know you said you had to go. But
it's cool.
Trust me, this has been a wonderful conversation. Yeah. I'm not ending it anytime soon.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask Anton a couple more bonus questions, and then because you know, since we're having so much fun right now talking about this. So I gotta ask him some fun questions.
You're getting some heat for this one, I guarantee.
Oh no. Hey, listen. If I get any, no. Listen, they already know. If you have any grievances, take it up with Anton. He's here to answer your question anytime. Hey, listen. I agree with some of the stuff he said, but also I agree with some of the stuff some not manosphere people say. I agree with some of the stuff that when it comes to some dudes based on my teaching from my father and them. Right. I'm not looking to these dudes for advice because they say it's very fucking crooked. Now, granted, if you're talking about a situation like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, like, oh hell yeah, bro, I'm with Johnny all the way on that. That bitch was crooked and she fucked him over and his kids. So fuck that. Ooh, I feel for Johnny right now. Okay. I feel real bad for Johnny. I really do.
I
Oh,
know
yeah.
because he's the one that cheated on his first wife to be with her, so I can't. I'm sorry.
Okay,
But he
so
was
so
like,
okay.
yeah,
Not happening.
Okay, I'll get you. Okay, then that's his L
Yeah.
right there.
yeah,
That's
But
he
the
exactly.
new
knew.
wife,
Yeah,
exactly.
he did that to himself.
You're okay.
You
Now,
see, when you
Yeah.
try to see if the
Now
grass
there's
is
more
green,
snacks.
you have to
Yeah.
ask yourself when you try to see if the grass is greener on the other. When you try your best to see if the grass is greener on the other side, you have to ask yourself how much water are you watering the grass you're standing on.
Right. That's
Good
true.
question.
And a lot of times we think the grass greener on the other side. We get over there and we like, dang, this is just as brown as the one I
And
came
you weren't even
Or
watering the
worse.
grass you were on.
from.
Worse.
Like, you know what? So if that's the case, then maybe the common denominator is yourself.
Because that's
Maybe.
the only one that's walking over there.
Right. Ain't nobody else moving. You moving. Where you going? what you doing?
Exactly. And Anton, we're gonna get right into these last questions. It'll be easy.
sorry.
Trust me. They're short.
Okay.
So I know you picked Japanese sword for the first one, samurai sword, which I agree,
Okay,
because that's
you can
me.
have some chicken.
On my bucket list.
All right. What is your favorite food?
Eat
I know
your
that's very
Pasta.
random.
Pasta.
Okay, what type of pasta in general?
Everything.
Anything that
Pasta.
covers that?
Pasta.
Okay.
All right, since you said pasta, chicken Alfredo, bro.
Ooh. There you
Ooh.
go.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Listen, people are gonna hate me. I love spaghetti. I love spaghetti more than anything. Chicken Alfredo just killed that shit over there. I love Alfredo sauce, man. I'm sorry. Hot take. I know, but I love it. All right.
Oh, me too,
Like-
Jay. I'm
All
with
right,
you
all
on
right.
that.
Like if I had
I
to pick
love me
between
a
chicken
homemade-
Alfredo and spaghetti, I'll take the Alfredo that day.
Me
But I
too.
still love spaghetti. It's still close.
I
but
love
still
pasta all the
spaghetti.
way around. However you give it to me, I just,
Yeah, man, me too. All together, like as a whole, I love it. Yeah.
I just love pasta.
But those are just my top two.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm a hot wing girl too. Just so you.
Okay. That's what we do.
Yo, she my ex-girlfriend, my ex-black girlfriend was too. See?
Man, my husband.
Not surprising.
When we
Not
was dating,
surprising.
you know how you be talking about you gotta get these girls these lobster dishes. My husband
Mhm.
show up with some hot wings. I'd be like, thank you.
No, it was hot. I can tell you that. How much water do you need? Yeah, I'll be like, I'll probably show with a gallon of water. Like, how much you need?
No, I ain't need no water. Me and the hot wings was cool, you know.
See, that means he listened to her. You know what she
Hey,
liked.
listen. Yeah,
I'm
that's
talking about
rare.
he would surprise me with some
No man
tortilla
really
chips.
brings chicken wings.
Uh-huh.
That's
I said,
rare.
no man, he listened to you and he knew what you liked because no man usually shows up with chicken wings.
Right, he would just pop up. He'd be like, "Hey, what you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, you know, I just woke up." He was like, "Come to the front door," and I'm like, "Okay."
Ah!
I'm like, "Oh, hot wings." You would have sworn he bought me a diamond ring. It was just hot wings.
All right.
That is funny.
All right, Anton.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is your favorite type of music, by the way?
Oh man, you know what? I'm
That's
gonna say
hard.
it. Nope, not for me. Whew, I love me some good slow music.
Yeah.
I am a slow. I'm talking old school music. Anything slow that has a meaning and I can take something away from it.
Hold on.
Oh man, I just think you can just.
Yeah.
It
You can
inspires-
groove. You can vibe.
it inspires me, man. It calms me down. It gets me excited. It does everything for me. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I like.
yeah.
I gotta say, I like that bop, that dancing. I like to dance. Now, I'm not talking about just getting in the front of the mirror twerking. I'm talking about I like to move. I like to sweat. I like to get jiggy with it. I like to bust.
You're like my brother. He likes to dance too. He'll get on the dance floor by himself and not even.
Me
Not
too.
even care.
Right. I'm talking about let's drop it low. Let's walk it out real
I
quick.
always loved girls that are capable of. That's the one you want to talk to because she's so much fun that she don't need nobody.
I'm telling
That's
you,
funny.
I just like to dance. I used to do it in high school for fun. Like I joined this little dance team, and we came up with this choreography to Genuine and Lily, and we just danced, and it was fun. But yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine. Okay, so you say you like slow type music.
Yeah.
So all this week I was going through my old school bag.
Yeah.
There was everybody knows the artist guy. there was a song that I probably had not. Actually, I don't know if I even ever listened to that particular song. I listened to all his music except one. And you know, it starts in slow, but it's very jam like. And it's called, you know, good. You know, it's called "Goodbye Love." It's really, really good. I love that shit. That shit is fire to listen to.
It's called
like,
"Bye Love."
Goodbye Love. That's what
Love.
it is.
By who?
Yeah, but it's by Guy.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go listen to it.
Yeah, check that one out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm down on my notes over here.
Yeah, because like I said, I tell everybody here, everybody listen. I'm not a huge encyclopedia, but I've listened to so many old school cats that there's some people that I haven't even heard about.
It's by Guy.
Guy, yeah, Guy,
Why?
and then and the song is called "Goodbye Love."
She wouldn't tell me. Yeah. All right, you guys. I'm sorry, I gotta
one.
take off. My phone is about to die. And
Okay, take care.
But it was fun.
Right, take
It
care.
was real pleasure. I'm all subscribed to you, so I'll know when you do something.
Thank you.
You got
Have
it.
a good
All
night.
right, take care, sister.
Bye.
You too. Bye.
And
Great channel there, AJ Takashi.
yeah,
I like
definitely.
calling you Takashi. I like calling you Takashi. I like that better than
Keep calling me that. I mean, it's cool. I'm cool with being called that. That's the name I picked, and also
Or it sounds warriorish.
don't compare me to that fool.
No, warriorish. Warriorish. Warrior.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That you met the other guy, but
Like
I know what you
Japan,
meant.
you know, like Japan wise, man, like the last
got you.
samurai.
Dude, if I was the last freaking samurai, bro, I'd be training my tail off to be better than everybody.
The most back in the day when they killed all those samurais, nobody really thought about grabbing some of those knives, man. They just left them on the battlefield. I'm like, I would have been picking up all kinds of them suckers, right? That's another story.
I don't learn from every freaking samurai master. I'm like, yo, let me learn kendo,
right?
Let me learn zanjutsu. Like I learned all of that. Like so yeah, like stuff like that. I love that stuff.
You'll be in the heart of
the sword, the samurai, swordsman. I love swordsmen.
Wow.
I'm a sword freak just because I love swordsmen. Yes.
Oh, then you gotta watch the Caucus thing, man. You gotta watch that.
Yeah, I got to check that out. Yeah.
You gotta watch that. He breaks it down like how he won every battle, that wood that he did in order to kill that samurai. I mean, you gotta watch that one.
No, I'm definitely gonna watch it because like there's been like swordsman anime that I like where like dudes don't even use a sword. It's like a wooden, like a hard ass wooden sword that works like a sword, and he's just beating the hell out of people with it, like hand in hand sword. Like I'm like, what? It's not even bamboo sticks. Bamboo's not even that tough. Bamboo's tough, but it's not that tough. I'm just like, what? So yeah, and I'm just like, come on, dude, you're beating the hell out of this dude with a wooden stick, and he stabbed him through the arm. I'm like, what?
Right?
and the dude is like, what? I didn't know he could do that to me, but no, but like that type of music, like slow music, I agree with you. Like it's a good relaxer. Yeah. And I would say a recharge for like clearing out the mind, the storm of the mind is what I call it. Yeah. And another one I would recommend to you, and guys, please know I've recommended this song to you guys here before. Got you. Donna Summer's Power of One. That is actually sung on the Pokemon. That's really actually sung. Yeah, that's actually sung on the Pokemon 2000 movie, where it's the whole premise for that whole movie, like the song that was played in that movie, is sung by the lady at the end of the movie, and the lyrics are very profound to what they're speaking about. Because every time I listen to it, I hear something different. Where like I hear what she's saying, but I'm hearing different things of like a different variable as opposed to what I listened to it the last time. Right. And it's one of those slow songs that you can just hear a sister or hear a person just sing, and you can just hear it. And it's not like jazz or whatever, but it's more soul based.
Oh, nice. So, yeah. Okay.
Listen, I guarantee you it's not rap. I promise you.
I
wouldn't recommend that.
Yeah,
I'm not recommending you that trash.
Yeah, I don't do rap at all.
But I don't do any new age rap. And if it's rap, it's old rap. But it's about
old
as far
rap
as it goes.
Kind of pull me in, but the new stuff, all that.
The new stuff is like just I've never been a fan of it, and I just can't get with it. It's not me. I'm more Japanese K-pop for a long time.
Wow.
But Yeah, I know.
You embrace that culture so well. That's great to hear.
Yeah, dude. Like people know like when I go on my playlist, of course I listen to my metal, my rock and stuff because I love all that stuff. But
Right.
people know, like if it's Asian, yo, it's Jay. Exactly, it's me.
Wow.
I'm not talking about the anime openings y'all listen to. I'm talking about the artists y'all don't know about.
Wow.
Like for example, I told cats, yeah, y'all don't know about Doberman Infinity. You don't know about those cats.
Right.
Like exactly, or freaking homemade Kaizoku. Don't know about them. I'm like, how you not know about them? Like, dude, and their R&B is really, really smooth and nice and like it rocks. But the thing is, I immersed myself in it around 2009 after I graduated high school. That's where it all started coming to me. Like, I go like college was the best thing for me because I can adventure all this music when I was doing my homework, and it helped me get my shit done like quick.
Wow.
Because I actually here's one thing. I was on a music high because I had like art finals, so I was listening to hip hop remix of Sonic music, and this dude had a YouTube channel. I just put everything on repeat because he had 3-4 songs that I was vibing with. I'm like, dude, let me just hurry and get this done. I got 2 hours. I can knock this out, man. I'm almost done because I did half of it last week, so let's just knock it out now. That music was pumping me up in the freaking library. I'm just like, I got it.
Wow.
And I got it done. I sent it, done, and I'm like, I was like, thank you, music, man. But people don't know and the thing is, I got solid B pluses on all of them.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
That is nice to hear. Good.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say this. I think being in that like I know you have to get things done sometimes, but I think being in that like constant state of like urgency pushes you to get things done quicker.
Yeah.
But also, you know, since it was already priorly done, you're just doing the finishing up touches for it. It forces you to get out that little biases, that little brick in your head, that little wall, and you break through it and you just get it done.
Absolutely great.
And that's the block I had when I broke through it. I was just like, yo, I was got things done, and my teacher hung it up on our one of his favorite arts on the wall in the college.
Nice.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I was actually working my ass off to get one of my arts in that damn thing, man. That was an achievement to me. To say I don't care about awards yet, y'all motherfuckers lying. I was all about trying to get my one of my arts in there, guys.
I agree.
And I thought one of the best artists could be in that thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I did it.
Award, go for it.
Oh hell yeah, bro! Because like I said, if our art director puts that in there, like I was like, fuck yeah. One of them.
Good
I'm like,
yes,
you, man. Yes, I got
you.
one of them in there, man. I'm good. I said, as long as I get 1 or 2, I am good, man.
Yeah. I agree.
So you know, whenever, and I know music is a big factor for artists or just for a person in general.
Yeah.
Because it can help motivate you to levels you never knew existed.
It makes me draw longer.
Mm-hmm. The same thing with me.
You know, it makes me draw longer.
Definitely.
Yeah. It can make me go on for a lot longer. Sometimes I got to turn it off because it's making me just go and go and go and go. So I get it. I'm with you on that 100%.
Yeah, I got you. Now, Anton, let me ask you: are you a sports person by any chance, or no?
My team is Baltimore Ravens.
Baltimore. Okay. So NFL, you're Baltimore Ravens. Well, you got 3.
Favorite basketball team.
Okay. Oh, all right. Bulls.
Nope.
Oh, hold on. Okay.
Give me a hint. Just ask me my favorite basketball team.
Okay, who's your favorite basketball team?
Any team but the Lakers.
Okay, any team with the Lakers. Thank you. I appreciate that. Actually, I appreciate that. Really.
I'm being honest.
Team with the Lakers. Okay, that's fair. Don't worry, they were bad this year anyway. But I'm just glad my team's in the playoffs, so I got nothing to feel bad for.
Who's your team?
Miami Heat. I've been a huge fan of them since Dwayne Wade, since he first joined. And that actually is my favorite number 1 basketball player. It's not Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's in my top 5,
right?
But he's not my number 1. Like, it's him, LeBron, then it's Michael, then it's Kobe, and then
oh wow,
anybody in number 5 will probably add that spot, but just those 4 right now.
Wow,
so,
look at that.
Actually, no. My number 5 is Allen Iverson. What am I talking about? Allen Iverson. There we go. I love
that. Right?
Yeah, because of his way of playing and you know, his style was so different from everybody else's. And technically Wade had that, and he just took it to the nth degree and just started like getting the championship when he was really, really young. And that's why I like Dwayne Wade too. Another reason, because I started noticing him more. Dwayne Wade has 3
Wow.
total.
Look at that.
He
He's
got his
retired now,
first.
right?
Yeah, he's retired. Yeah, he got his first one in 2006, which he was the Michael Jordan of their team. They wouldn't have won shit without him. I ain't gonna lie. I looked at those highlights. Yeah, y'all niggas, y'all motherfuckers ain't not getting here at all without him.
Wow.
Without him, he was the Michael Jordan of the team.
Yeah.
Without him, they wouldn't have won. Yeah. And originally in that playoff season, they were down. Like it was 0-2. They had no game wins until he came back from his recuperation and just started putting up numbers.
Wow.
And I'm just like, yeah. So he's my favorite. He's my favorite because he's the most unselfish player, but also he is more than that. I was at the time before whatever this whole thing about his family, whatever. He was a good father because he got custody of his kids. Because I was actually happy to hear about that.
Not to get into that subject, but we gotta have a conversation about what you think. Since you're such a big fan, how you feel about how he parenting his son who chooses to be bi.
Yeah.
One day I'd like to hear. Since you're a big fan of his, I only want to hear.
Yeah. Not granted. Not granted. I can't. Now I tell people all the time. I'll say this. I don't judge them on their celebrity life, but we're talking about if it was just the basketball stuff. Like he's still one of the greatest, regardless of any of that.
That's what I said.
But we have a conversation based off that. Then I mean off of the
as
thing.
Far as his parenting skills, even though like he is who he is. He's, at the end of the day, he's a father, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I mean. I'd like to know your thoughts on that.
No, my thoughts on that. Okay, yeah, dude. I actually have to take some time cultivating that because I was actually on a stream the other day talking about stuff getting out that he shouldn't have allowed out, but at the same time, I had to stop looking at it as of like I can't tell this man what to do. This is his family, and he's gonna lead his family the way he gonna see fit. I mean that's with anybody. Now I can give you what I can do. I can make a comment about it, or more often than not of what he does. But I can. But if it's particularly on the subject of how he raises his son, I think he's one of the ones that's. I think he's one of the biggest stars right now that's marketable for the that so-called community, rainbow community. His son, quote unquote, daughter at this point is a big advocate of that. So I think he's just trying to be a supportive father and just support the kid. I'm not now. Granted, I personally wouldn't raise my kid like that, but that's what he's doing. And if he's doing that, then he got to know the backlash that his daughter/son's going to come with.
Okay.
So yeah. So I think he knows. I'm gonna say this. I think he does know. But I think, but the thing is, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm gonna be real with Anton. All these stars are in fucking question. All of them are.
Yeah.
Like none of these cats are perfect. Magic Johnson don't even talk about his son. Enough said.
Yeah.
He don't say nothing about him. I love my son. That's about it. That's all we're gonna say. I never bring him up. So
that's why I don't understand why Dwayne Wade would choose to make it like that. Like, why would he bring that on himself or his son? Like, just do you. Don't worry about it. Let them find out. Find out. Like, why make it a spectacle? Like, you need attention. It's not like you need the attention. You're Dwayne Wade, right?
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't need it. He's already fine. He's got a brand. He's got a business, and he's in so many people's pockets. So it's just like I don't know why I post that. I don't know why I plaster that out there and things like that. But I'm gonna be real. This whole freaking era of freaking technology, like people need to get the frick away from. To be honest, because it's a gift and a curse. And I've had this conversation with my friend multiple times. Like, no. It's the gift and the curse that comes with it. Yeah, you're right. You don't think that it's bad because you play video games. Right. Okay. Yeah, that's you. That's not me. I'm not on my video game 24/7, 2 hours, and that's freaking it. That's all I can do, dude. I'm not a gameaholic like you and my other brother. I can't do that shit. It's just not in me to do it. Wow. So yeah, man, even if I wanted to, I can't game as long. Like if it's not, I'm pretty sure if it was like a Sonic game, maybe I'd be a little bit longer. But even then, now my attention span is so short right now when it comes to games. So I'm like, no. When it comes to everything else, it's pretty much key on. So like it's just only when it comes to games like that. So like I said, because of this social media age era that we are in. And I remember a time when we didn't have this, when we were young in middle school and all that, and we just had to go and talk to other people. People don't even talk to nobody.
I love that. I loved it when a conversation actually had to happen between two people.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to.
And I like talking to other people personally. I don't like having to be. I told my brother too just today because I was off the phone with him before I got on the stream with you. I told him, you know, for the longest, both you and me don't like talking on the fucking phone together. if we was gonna talk, I'd rather be chilling with you, talking, sitting down at your pad
You're
or my
right.
place, and just chilling and talking. I don't like texting. I don't like freaking talking on the phone. I don't like talking to girls on freaking phones.
Texting,
I don't like it.
Texting takes away so much emotion and what you really want to say. I mean, if you have to choose between the two, it's like, why even do that?
Man, F that.
You know, FaceTime me because I want to see your expressions. I want to, you know what I mean? We have to.
Yeah, at least FaceTime me. Yeah, exactly. At least do that.
You know,
be present.
Be present.
Right.
I don't know what your text. I can't feel from a text, so I don't know what how you're coming at me. That's what I'm saying.
Angrily, docile,
Yeah,
timid.
I don't know. Like, if you're coming at me with a text, I'm like, I don't know. Like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I would say this. I think it's always a matter of like, do you respect the other person enough to actually give them a full-on explanation of your words?
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna give them actually gonna put put feelings and thought into your words, as opposed to just saying some random stuff and then just expecting them to go along with it. I'm like, that's not how I am. I can't do that anymore.
I agree.
Even when I'm tired, I'm gonna tell you, no, I'm gonna be direct as hell.
Right.
I am fucking tired. I am about to go to sleep. Just hit me up later.
I agree.
I've done that. I have done that. I was like, nah, man, I'm tired. I'm about to freaking pass out.
I totally agree, man. We are on the same page with that.
Man, because I had to learn to be more direct, and I'm direct as nobody's business right now. Because they said, like, what do you like? Do you like her in a red dress and in a black dress? Black. That's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, without any hesitation and without having to drag it out, I'm gonna be like, well, the length could be 5 meters longer. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm not
mumbling.
I'm like,
can't do it anymore.
Like I said, I'm working on my filter, but I'm keeping what works for me. And you know, and I tell you, I'm not gonna change that part of me. You know, especially if we're going out together, right? Because we're representing each other, and I don't want
Exactly. I mean, that's the thing with the significant other stuff. Like I said, if you both represent each other, just represent each other in the best way that both know possible to do.
Exactly.
And that that you're both comfortable with, of course.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing. Because when you were talking about earlier, making sure that you both are a team or a unit, because that's what I go by. Listen, if you're in a relationship with me, we're a team, we're a unit. No one is over the other. You hear me? When it comes to dangerous situations, you lead on me to do it. When it's a situation that you're comfortable with and you've been in, you tell me, and then I'll listen to it. And I'm like, all right, babe, we'll do it that way, because you said such and such, and I looked at it. Let's go.
You're right.
All right. Yep. So yeah, that's not me changing my mind. That's me hearing her input, because her input matters. I don't trust nobody but her.
Exactly. And people, like I said, man, people just make things more complicated than they need to be.
Right, like she gotta be a robot. She gotta follow things. And I told my friend, listen, I need ladies to hear this from me, and I'll say it to all of y'all. I don't want no goddamn robot. If I want a damn robot, I would just go buy one.
Yep.
I want your personality, of course. That's what I'm looking for in you. Your body is your looks are a byproduct to me. If the personality does not match what looks on the outside, then it's not worth going for.
Totally.
That's what I'm gonna say. And I'm talking about personality has always been my thing. If I cannot ride with you, if I cannot read you, which I'm good at reading people, and I know you're like just dark and I shouldn't say that because that comes out like racist, but I'm saying this, if your energy is black or dark in this case, then you gotta get what the hell away from me.
That's because you're creative, though. You know that, right? That's because you're creative. You operate on a certain octane level of your aura is more of an orange, yellow to bright and all that shit, right?
Right.
And you operate on that creativity. So your darkness, for you, that's like, no, that's when I'm sleeping. That's the only time I want to see black, right?
Right,
so
definitely.
I totally get what you're saying, man. And that's why I'm saying it's so important, even from myself, to find a girl on that kind of like level. And when I don't want to say level, but I would say that kind of I would say level. Why not? Level that you're on, in that sense, right? Because I'm an expressive person, so yeah, I agree with you.
Right. All right, Anton.
All right.
I'm gonna end it on this one last question, and
Okay.
then we're gonna call it a night, and I'm gonna let you get what you got to get done.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, because trust me, we've been on for 3 hours. I ain't
I'm
expected to go
good.
that
I
long.
loved it. I loved every moment. I believe this was great.
All right, I got you.
One of the best lives I've been on, to be honest with you.
No, thank you, man. One of the most
And
chillest
I'm not
ones.
just saying that either.
No, definitely, man. Because I make sure the vibe here is chill. There's no tension, there's no bashing, and we
Right.
didn't do any of that. All we did was express our thoughts and opinions, and also not to mention, you guys have free thought here. So please feel free to talk about whatever you want. Of course, be respectful. I told everybody that, but just like I said, just don't feel like you're being policed here. Because I told everybody you would not thought police me on my own platform. You would not thought police anybody here. Nobody is. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn what YouTube does.
Exactly.
You ain't gonna do that shit. You gotta stop that.
Exactly.
Because I'm not a fan of y'all constraining my thoughts in my brain. You can't be doing that crap. But hey, that's them. Don't worry if they ever go out of business, I laugh. But all in all, I think my last question for you, sir, is where would you want to see yourself in the next 10 years?
Oh, that's a good one, dude. That's a good one. I see myself in the next 10 years. Man. See, I don't ever plan on retiring. So I'm going to say always drawing and working because I love what I do. But I'm going to say, I would like to say I'm on a level of being very comfortable in my own skin, and I'm able to do whatever I want financially. There's no boundaries. I'm able to do whatever I want financially, me and my significant other, right? I would like to say that my kids are grown, have their own, well, 10 years, but I mean, I'd like to say that I'm established in that area. It's just a matter of raising our kids till the end and, sending them off. So I'm very financially secure to do what I want to do with my significant other.
Okay.
So all we have to focus on is decisions.
All right. I can get behind that.
All right.
And that's on. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate your wisdom, your spirit, and your energy, and also just your free thought policing. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
And like I said, I'd be glad to have you on next time.
Yeah.
And I think that stream we can.
That link, and I'm there with you.
Definitely. And I'm gonna say this: when we have a full talk about anime and art again, I'll make it purely just that. And trust me,
I'll bring you some samples.
Exactly. I told everybody, listen, we can keep that backward relationship talk to the bimbos out there, because I particularly don't care about it.
I'm glad we share the same views. To be honest with you, it's very refreshing to know that I'm not alone.
It's cool. No, it's cool. Like I said, I mean, I told people I don't need an echo chamber, but at the same time, similar views is good to have. Even if we have a little bit of differences, it's cool. Like I said, as long as we can understand each other's difference, like each other's points, we don't have to agree, but we can disagree respectfully and also but also have a good exchange in a day discourse. Healthy discourse is needed nowadays.
Yeah, I agree.
And just don't add to my friend. I feel like as long as you're not stupid with it, then you're okay.
Yeah.
All right. So all in all, guys, we're gonna end this interview.
Thank you.
Check. I want everybody to be able to check out Anton. Check out his art pieces. Also
official. I just got it.
Yep. He's an official artist, and the man makes wonderful art pieces. I've seen them, and trust me, I can't. Actually, hold on. Oh, what? I think you said you had a piece for me or something.
Oh, I got
that piece of art.
I gotta send you that.
Oh yeah. Don't worry. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that on stream one point in time. But guys,
like this one. You're gonna like this one.
Guys, hope you enjoyed the stream. You guys have a good night. It is midnight where I'm at. Much earlier for him than it is for me. but glory days, peaceful nights, and remember, peace and prosperity always prevails. And put yourself in the atmosphere to feel good.